right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, beginning at 6 o'clock.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minutes.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
And it is a Friday, baby. You made it. The weekend is in sight. We're very happy about it. We are the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, live at Circa Las Vegas. Ultimate contest weekend, and I can't think of any place I'd rather be on a Friday afternoon.
Well, I'd rather not be at work.
Well, there's
but
that.
The great thing is it's 1 o'clock here, so it's not bad having work stuff in the middle of the day while you're in Las Vegas, because at least right now I'm not losing money. But then again, I'm not winning money. Although I've had a couple of, I'm happy. So it's good.
Well, I'm happy you're happy, Minix. That's good. That kind of pisses me off because I'm not. Now I'm not getting my it will turn butt around. Kicked, but yeah. I'm probably on the other end of I'm on the losing side of the ledger as we sit here right now. But I got 2 days left to make up for that, buddy.
Really?
I would say probably.
I thought
yeah.
you had that. All that you want.
Dude,
you've given it back.
Well, no. I was in a hole to begin with.
So that helped get you even.
Wednesday night was not good to me, my friend.
It was that bad.
It was. It was.
Your wife was bragging about you.
Well, let's talk about my wife, because my wife is not doing well.
I know.
So, we're a team here. So you got to put all of that in there. And when you look at the box score, I'm 3 for 3 and she's 0 for 3 or 4 or whatever. Yeah. So I need her to step up her game a little bit. I say that because she's nowhere in sight. Yeah. I know she's not listening because she's sitting out there with free drinks at the pool.
Yes, that's where they are right now. It's funny because last night my wife was not having a good time at the blackjack table, and then she just keep reaching over and grabbing some of those black chips and saying. And the dealer at first was like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "Oh, it's okay."
It's okay.
Like, really?
Jeez.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. The tide will turn. I feel it in my bones.
Yeah, because she's generally pretty good at that.
Yeah, she really is.
Compared to.
Yeah, we just haven't been able to put it together, with both of us winning. It's typically we come to Vegas, she does well, and I suck. Well, this trip so far, it's the other way around.
Yeah, but you're even and you're having a good time.
That's all that matters.
I mean, that's what it is. Let's do the headline blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. 2 guys, 2 opinions, never enough time.
LSU's Brian Kelly in his coach's show, his radio show, basically revealed the amount of money that LSU is spending on their roster this year. And I'm tired of hearing about all the money that schools are paying, because nobody really knows if they're real numbers. Nobody, and I get it, no coach wants to put out actual, this is what we're spending. Now, the rev share part, you can spend up to $20.5 million, but that's all athletes. At LSU, apparently $18 million is going to football, at least this year, according to Brian Kelly. But they front-loaded a lot of deals before the court ruling with their NIL, so they paid a lot of players in advance to knowing what was coming and knowing that they've got to be competitive with the amount of money that is being spent out there.
I mean, I look at an $18 million payroll, if you will, and it sounds low to me now. As we're dealing, especially with a big school like LSU, that kind of seems low. But I don't know. It's we say this all the time. It's kind of like beating your head against the wall, kind of like, Jerry and Micah situation, although Jerry does make it fun. But it's like I just don't I don't get it, and I don't understand. But I guess these coaches now are falling into place, realizing what they have to do, and administrators as well, saying we got to pony up.
They got to pony up. That's what you have to do, and get there. Real quick, I'm going to deviate for a quick second. If you're trying to watch on YouTube, there's now a part 2 that is live and the audio has been fixed on that. So we apologize for whatever was going on earlier. And that original one ended, and now we're in a second one is what it looks like.
Yes, we are in a second one. So typically you'll get it. And just find us again, and we'll be fine. We'd appreciate it. We know you guys want to look at our pretty faces anyway, right? I mean,
absolutely. That's exactly what it is.
I want to go to a game in Nebraska.
Do you really?
Yeah.
I find this
in September.
Words I never thought I'd hear. So, Nebraska, they got a big stadium.
Sure.
And they're stocking 120,000 beers for each of their home games this year. And I read that and thought, is that enough?
Well, it's a good question. And so 120,000 beers. I don't know how many people. Does that hold 100,000 people?
I'm going to find out.
See, I'm not sure exactly. But if it's a 100,000 seat stadium and you only got 120,000 beers, yeah, you're going to be in trouble. Although you got to figure not 100,000 people are going to all drink beer. Some of them bring their own flask and and stuff like that. But I thought that was interesting. And when I read the story, the first thought that came to my mind, Jason, well, what do other stadiums carry? Is that an unusually large number?
Well, Nebraska's Memorial Stadium has a current seating capacity of 85,458.
They're fine.
And while some people won't have a beer, you got, I don't know, some frat boys that will have 7.
They'll have those, though, in the tailgate section. Yeah.
I just thought it was interesting when you put a number on it. You know, I remember, what was it, couple of years ago when Iowa State was in the Valero Alamo Bowl and they had to stock the Busch beer. And, you know, when you're in certain buildings in those arenas and you go by the beer room and you see the amount of beer that they store there, and it's heaven. I mean, it's incredible when you see that amount of beer. But I don't know. I read 120,000 and thought, that's it.
That didn't sound like an enormous Busch beer, huh? There must have been a lot of bathroom visits that day. Jeez.
It's Iowa State. You don't remember that?
Gosh, Busch beer. Horrible stuff.
Uh-huh.
I love Deion Sanders.
I know you do.
I do. I mean, he is as old school as I am, and I love the guy, and I love the message that he has for his football team.
We start school when, Ben? Tomorrow. No slides. If I see you I'm going to send people to campus tomorrow. If I see you with slides on campus, it's going to be a problem. If I see you with a hoodie on in class or some headphones on in class, it's going to be a problem. If I see you sitting in the back of the classroom, it's going to be a problem. Do we understand that? Sure. And if you're online and you have online classes and you don't have a shirt on, or you got a white beat on, or you have some stupid on that causes a distraction, or you walk around during that online session, it's going to be a problem. We good with that, guys? Sure. Now.
I love that. Yeah. Are you kidding me? I just think that is fantastic. If you don't have a shirt on or a wife beater.
Well, he wants them to represent the football team and be respectful. And there's nothing wrong with that. Only question I have is who decides if the shirt's stupid or not, right?
Well, I don't know. I mean, if it's got something, profane or
I'm
whatever.
Just saying, I mean, there's times where I see James Pledger and think, what the hell is that?
Well, exactly.
I mean, my definition of what is acceptable and Pledger's is often very different.
Well, extremely different. But it's Pledge, so we're kind of used to it. So that's all right. It's all that matters.
Yeah. Now, did you see Cracker Barrel has changed their logo?
Why? Why do you? If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I mean, to some it was broke, but they've changed their logo, and it seems like everybody is upset with their new logo, which is kind of odd.
Their stock has tumbled from what I read this morning
over a logo.
Yes.
It makes no sense. Although apparently there is a move because at some point Sydney Sweeney took a picture wearing a Cracker Barrel T-shirt.
The old logo.
Yes, the old logo, and they're hoping that she'll start doing ads for them to save Cracker Barrel.
Well, I've never seen that logo look better. because that T-shirt is tight.
There's barrels.
They're barrels.
The old country store.
Well, look what she did with that jean company. I don't know what the American Eagle.
Yeah.
Apparently they, saved the day. They're making all kinds of money now, and so you're getting the call to Sydney Sweeney to come save Cracker Barrel now. That was a hell of a good-looking T-shirt.
I mean,
I'm going to tell you what.
If anything, old logo T-shirts might fly off the shelves.
Well, trust me, you, me, or most people listening are not going to look near as good in that T-shirt as she does.
True.
Dude, that logo pops. I mean, it just stands out there. Bam.
Woo. There's a bizarre story about a guy who at one point about 8 years ago was in a pretty violent fight. And in this fight, somehow a knife got inside of his chest. He apparently didn't know.
He didn't know.
He didn't know.
How do you not know that?
I mean, I don't know if he had other injuries, whatever the case is, but this story, and it's bizarre because it's in there and it's been in there for 8 years. And the body has just kind of protected it for whatever reason until recently. He says he started having some pus coming out of his nipples and went to the doctor.
Is that unusual or what?
I would say. And they did an x-ray and they're like, what's that knife doing in there?
Yeah. I mean,
he had no idea.
He's starting to have chest pains and stuff. And I'm like, dude, you got a knife inside your body.
But it's been there for 8 years.
That is the most, I could not believe that story when I saw it this morning. It just like, dude, and they show an x-ray.
Yeah.
And it's a long blade.
Yeah.
It's not a small knife.
I think the moral of the story, if you all of a sudden have pus coming from your nipple, you probably should go see a doctor.
Yeah, I would say that's probably a pretty good idea.
The chest pains, I'll be fine.
If I go through life without pus coming out of my nipple, I'll be just fine. I'll be happy as hell. That would be a great thing. I'd put it on my tombstone. No pus on the nipple. Dude, come on. Are you kidding me?
Stop.
Oh, man.
Stop.
That's just crazy stuff.
Bizarre story. Here we go.
About as bizarre as it gets. That was just all kinds of
almost as bizarre as this Shedeur Sanders story from the unlikely source that is Eric Dickerson.
Well, that's exactly what we're talking about. And when we return here on the Blitz live from Circa Las Vegas, the ultimate contest weekend. Hey, before I go, though, I want to talk to you about Stevens Roofing. Love talking about Stevens Roofing, family-owned company, local company, and they get the weather in San Antonio and South Texas. They get it because they live here. They deal with it every single day, just like you and I do. And so they know what kind of stuff can do damage to your roof, whether it's the heat, the storms, whatever the case may be. Look, if you've been thinking about getting your roof checked out, or maybe you walked outside and you looked up on your roof and you said, oh, there's a little something going on right there. I need to get that checked out. The perfect company to call is Stevens Roofing and Solar, 210-785-0994. What they'll do is they'll send out one of their experienced teams. They'll go up on your roof. They'll inspect it for free, and they'll let you know what that little problem is that you got going on, and they know exactly how to fix it. Look, they just want to make sure your roof is sealed, secure, and energy efficient. They want to make sure you are protected for the long haul. You need to give Stevens Roofing a call. Don't put it off anymore. 210-785-0994, or you can visit them online at stevensroofing.net.
South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Friday night at 7. The Cowboys take on the Atlanta Falcons in their last preseason game at Jerry World. Pre-game at 6. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the Davis Law Firm, Hornitos Tequila, Connecticut, and Jim Beam. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
How about them Cowboys?
Pork rinds are the crunch time hero of the snack aisle. Low carb, collagen packed, and high in protein, so you can keep the energy high without the guilt. The porkrinds.com Instagram will make a crunch time donation with each share of the Crunch Time Hero College Football Post, with each share equaling a $1 donation to the Archer Foundation, a nonprofit dedicated to helping families dealing with DIPG, DMG, pediatric brain cancer. Share on Instagram today and grab yourself a bag of Southern Recipe pork rinds at HEB.
Have you or a loved one been arrested? Call the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, and get the aggressive legal help you deserve. From criminal defense to personal injury, attorney Jesse Hernandez and his powerhouse team are ready to fight for your rights. Calls are answered 24/7 because legal trouble doesn't keep office hours. Call 210-807-8656 or visit JesseHernandezLaw.com. That's JesseHernandezLaw.com. The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, has your back.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. But not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Need assistance with door and window projects? The Home Depot can help. From inspiration and materials to ordering and installation, our free Millwork virtual apron service can get you moving and doing. Plus, we speak Spanish too. Our associates can help you tackle complex jobs without you leaving the job site, saving you time and money. Call us at 1-833-HD-APRON or visit homedepot.com/MVA. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
San Antonio, stand up! Desi Martinez Promotions is bringing the San Antonio Summer Showdown. Saturday, August 23rd at the Bowling Center at Techport. 10 action-packed fights stacked with rising stars and hometown favorites. Headlined by Justin Figueroa versus Jared Tennant for the Junior NABF Super Welterweight title. Doors at 5, first bell at 5:35. Tickets are moving fast. Grab yours today. Visit dmpboxing.com. dmpboxing.com.
This is Andrew Monaco, and you're listening to the home of the Ag.
Dude, Lindsey Rhodes was just over here showing us a picture of something that just might have some meaning. I don't know. Conspiracy theory, maybe. Who knows? This is a Blitz live at Circa Las Vegas, the ultimate contest weekend. I'm Joe Reinagle. He's Jason Minix, and that was kind of weird.
You know, and again, take it for what it is. Vegas knows. How often do we say that? Vegas knows. So Lindsey Rhodes, who was on with us earlier, formerly the NFL Network, now with Sumer Sports. One of her staff, or somebody with Sumer Sports, is over here in Circa. There's a lids store.
Yeah.
And sent her a picture to show us that there is a Micah Parsons gear in the store that's 30% off. Now, why would Micah Parsons gear be on sale at a store in Las Vegas?
Well, I mean, that's interesting in itself. Do they know something? Maybe that's
Vegas knows.
The smart folks here at Circa Las Vegas saying, don't bet on Micah being in a Cowboy uniform for too much longer.
You know, I'm curious what else is on sale in that store. If it's last year's merch and they're trying to move it, maybe. But who knows? It is kind of odd though when you think about why would Micah Parsons gear be on sale at a store that's inside of a casino
and 30% off?
And 30% off.
I'm more interested in that than anything. I mean, maybe it. That's weird, but
I mean,
fascinating.
Let's be honest. If you're going to mark down an item for, say, a Micah Parsons, 30% doesn't seem like it's enough. Shouldn't it be 42% off because that's the number that he's ultimately going to settle at? I mean, I think if Vegas really wanted to have some fun with this, they should make it, what do we think he's going to make, 42 a year, 42% off sale?
Well, you don't know how long that thing's been on sale. Maybe it was on sale when it was just a $30 million a year contract.
No. They'd be sold by it. I just take that for what it is. It's weird when you see anything Micah Parsons. Now, generally, when the season is over, then, everything goes on sale. And maybe that's Vegas saying, yeah, Cowboy season's over. We've already seen the stuff floating around Facebook and Twitter with the picture of Dak and it says eliminated. We've all seen that.
Yes, we have.
Yeah.
Have you seen the two that it's going around a lot? It's like two gorillas that are sitting in a bar. I think I sent you guys that one time, and they're telling dad jokes about the Cowboys.
Uh-huh.
And I can't think of it one right off the top of my head, but I'll find
the dad
it.
Joke.
It's a dad joke.
Yeah.
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 And it's what is such as that's the Dallas Cowboys or something. I mean, it's funny. I know you guys have seen it because it's everywhere.
That's hilarious, Joe.
It's funny, isn't it?
That's so funny.
I'm going to find one, and I'll tell a joke.
Yeah.
Well, look, everybody listening knows exactly what I'm talking about. You've seen it.
I have no clue what you're talking about.
Well, dude, you obviously don't spend enough time on your phone.
And when you're going to tell me a joke that you saw, you got to remember the joke.
I don't remember the joke.
This is the joke, isn't it?
Well, maybe.
Now, not a joke, although you wonder. So Eric Dickerson,
of all people,
Eric Dickerson was on a radio show, and he's claiming NFL teams were told not to draft Shedeur Sanders, and he says, and I'm getting this from a credible source from inside the NFL.
That's what he said.
That's what he said.
Not to draft Shedeur. Now, I guess that kind of makes some sense, but who would tell them that? Roger Goodell?
It's interesting as you go back to, like, say, Colin Kaepernick. Did the owners get together and say, yep, we're done? And according to Eric Dickerson, he was not going to get drafted. So basically, to show players what happens when you don't take the pre-draft stuff as serious as you should be. It's a job interview, and he treated it like it was a recruiting visit. I don't know if I buy any of this, but Eric Dickerson is not one that typically says outlandish stuff. There are some people out there that you hear and you go, yeah, BS, right? I mean, there are people that will go and do media stuff because they want to go viral. They want to keep their name out there. Eric Dickerson isn't like that. So I don't know what to think of this. But he says, quote, I can tell you this much. What I heard from someone that's in the NFL, that the NFL told teams, don't draft him. Do not draft him.
Well, I guess I could buy that. He falls to the 5th round, but eventually the Browns. So whoever told him that, I don't know. Did the Browns piss them off?
Well, I mean, it's almost like, who knows? It's just kind of a bizarre story. And I can't figure out if this somebody told that to Eric Dickerson that's within the NFL and he's repeating that story. I'm good with that. But at the same time, I have a hard time buying it, except for, are there people trying to make more reasons or excuses as to why Shedeur Sanders fell in the draft? And because I say nobody, he got drafted in the 5th round, so at least 32 teams passed on him multiple times. But the idea that, he was expected to be a first-round guy, and he dropped all the way. And if you're saying it's not because of talent, it's attitude, and you're trying to come up with some reasons for that because of the way he did his whole legendary deal and he didn't want to come to the draft, which is a big deal for the NFL now that they move it around. That is a big deal, and they want guys in the first round to be there at all their events. Shedeur did his own thing. We know he didn't take a lot of his job interviews seriously. And the NFL wants those. And I just wonder if what Eric Dickerson is saying is the NFL were like, dude, we got to make an example of him. So next year's players and the years after that, they know this is not the blueprint that you follow if you're coming to work at the NFL, the privilege that it is.
Well, maybe I could get all that. I just can't see if one of the 32 teams thought that Shedeur Sanders could help them. I don't think anybody's going to be able to talk them out of it or tell them not to draft him. I just don't get that. Because, look, you see some of the players that are in the league that aren't good citizens, but they're good players, and teams draft them. So I don't know if I buy that. And maybe I'm not saying that Eric Dickerson is not telling the truth. I'm not insinuating that at all. I just don't believe that somebody sent out an edict or a memo to all the teams and said, don't draft this guy. We need to make an example out of him. I just don't think teams would have followed that. I just don't. So, look, maybe Shedeur, maybe it was just because he had poor job interviews. People didn't want him, didn't want to see that kind of stuff. And you don't need a celebrity backup quarterback.
Well, and again, Bill Parcells, one of his commandments is you don't have nobody wants a celebrity quarterback. So his talent didn't trump the other stuff. And the other stuff, who knows? Although in the one preseason game that he played extremely well. And he does look like he's got NFL level talent. But to your point, the idea of you're the backup quarterback and nobody was going to draft him to come in and be a starter, and all the comparisons made to Jackson Dart, seeing what he has done so far with the New York Giants, I fully expect him to be the starter before the end of this football season. I know he's not coming in. And even, did you see last night? And again, we're in Vegas, so I don't know how much you got to see of that Giants preseason game. But Jackson Dart looks like he's mixing well with all of his teammates. He was even doing that feeding W type thing to Jameis Winston.
Yeah,
which was pretty comical. He went in and he played well.
Well, you know what? That is a big surprise for me, and I'll tell you why. I mean, the guy was okay at Ole Miss, but he wasn't. Well, one guy'd say, hey, you got to watch out for this Jackson Dart, but the Giants may have hit on something. My thing is, look, I know Russell Wilson's there, and I get that, and he's going to start game one. But if you're the Giants and you look at your football team, why in the hell wouldn't you go with Jackson Dart and see what you have in this young man and see if he is indeed your future? I just think they're going to waste some time unless they just don't feel like he's ready to go. But from what I saw, every time I went to the bar to get a drink, that's pretty much what I saw at the game. But from what I saw, the guy looked good, and his stats for all three games have been fantastic.
Yeah, and again, what do they do with the Jameis Winston? Is he going to be traded? And again, this weekend with the NFL preseason wrapping up, Cowboys, they play tonight. And then it's, all right, preseason is over. Let's figure out who's going to make the 53 and get ready for September 4th. And then, of course, you've got the questions about when will Micah Parsons come to work?
That is a great question. And if you listen to Jerry Jones, and you've had ample opportunity to listen to Jerry Jones over the past week or so, it doesn't sound like anytime soon. this deal is going to get done. And whenever it seems like that, well, all of a sudden you get that alert that he's been signed. So right now we're not. Jerry's talking a lot. He talked to Michael Irvin yesterday, Stephen A. Smith as well. We'll hear from the owner and general manager of the Dallas Cowboys when we return here on the Blitz live from Circa Las Vegas, the ultimate contest weekend.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Golf Classic is back, baby. Get the crew together. Guys, gals, the whole gang. And join us Monday, September 29th at Olympia Hills Golf Club for a laid-back day full of swings, laughs, and little friendly trash talk. It's just $120 per player or $400 for a foursome. A steal for a day on a beautiful course with your buddies. Proceeds benefit the Community Foundation of the Hill Country. But don't worry, this isn't a stuffy tournament. No blazers, no pressure, just cold drinks, good vibes, and unforgettable memories. Presented by the Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, and sponsored by Flight by Yingling and PPL Motorhomes. Then, once you've conquered the course, we'll keep the party rolling at the Break Room Bar off Pat Booker Road, where the drinks are cold, the food is hot, and the stories are even better. Get ready to tee off on the best Monday you'll have all year. Grab your spot now at sasportstar.com.
So we do a giveaway at GiveMeTheVin.com. Every month we're giving away $25,000 to one lucky person that sells us their car. Karen, you there?
I'm here.
Karen Gardner of Oceanside, California is the latest winner in GiveMeTheVin.com's big cash giveaway.
What did you sell us?
I sold you a 95 Impala.
And what did we pay you for it?
You guys gave me 18.
18 plus 25,000 because you're the winner, Karen.
Oh my God, you're kidding.
You could be next to get a little more, maybe a lot more.
You guys are awesome. Keep it up.
No purchase necessary. For official rules, go to GiveMeTheVin.com. Sell us your car.
Working from home, you realize you don't have enough outlets or USB ports. Hill Electric can fix that for you. For over 3 decades, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio homes and businesses. From adding an outlet, fixing that fuse that always blows, or that flickering light, Hill Electric has the right service at the right price, and there is never a service charge and always free estimates. Call Hill Electric at 210-404-9074. That's 404-9074. Or go to hill-electric.com.
Hello.
I didn't make it into medical school, Dad. I didn't have an A in all my subjects, so I can't get in.
What do you mean, all these years I supported you, all the money I poured into your education, you don't get all A's? What was your bad subject? Chemistry, physiology, what?
No, Dad, spelling.
Spelling?
Yeah.
What, was it some funny microorganisms you couldn't spell or what?
No, Connecticut.
Connecticut? You mean the water conditioner that uses no electricity? Are you kidding? Everybody knows how to spell Connecticut.
Not me.
Everybody knows Connecticut is the water conditioning company that revolutionized the water industry.
Sorry, Dad.
Everybody knows that Connecticut is spelled Kinetico.
I thought the instructor said Connecticut.
Oh, son, you should have remembered kinetic as in kinetic energy with an O on the end. Connecticut.
Right now, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit.
ConnecticutSA.com.
You work hard to provide for yourself and your family, and that's why identity theft is so scary. Not only does it pose a threat to your financial well-being, everything you've worked so hard for, but it's also a danger to your family. Even children can be victims. It's not their money thieves go after, obviously, but their social security number. Fortunately, there's LifeLock. LifeLock monitors millions of data points a second for threats. If your identity is stolen, LifeLock will fix it guaranteed or your money back. Act now and save up to 40% your first year at LifeLock.com. Use promo code NEWS. Terms apply.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Hey, Twin Peaks fans, Bourbon and Brews is going to be back, but while it's away, sample some of Mexico's finest tequilas every Friday at Twin Peaks Tequila and Cerveza Costume Party. Mix things up with handcrafted margs or keep it simple with perfect shot and 29-degree imports all around. That's Twin Peaks.
Hey, listen up, San Antonio. Multiple tours overseas, long nights monitoring cyber activity, years of protecting the country. It all adds up at University of Maryland Global Campus. Earn up to 90 credits for prior learning, military experience, and training. We call that credit where credit is due. Whether you're active duty and looking at what's next, or a veteran looking for something new, our degrees and certificate programs teach the application of emerging technologies and enduring life skills. So get started on a degree or certificate with personalized local support services and online and hybrid courses right here in San Antonio. At UMGC, you'll find everything you need. More than 135 degree and certificate programs, online and hybrid courses, dedicated success coaches, and more from a top military and veteran trusted university for over 75 years. Classes start soon. Visit UMGC at San Antonio or umgc.edu/SATX.
Back live at Circle Las Vegas. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. He's Jason Minix, and it is the ultimate contest weekend here at Circle Las Vegas.
Circa Million, Circa Survivor, over $21 million can be won. And it's cool when you're here. Like, I'm signed up for Circa Millions. And, you see, when you sign up, you get a hat. And, they got a Circa Millions hat and they got a Circa Survivor hat. And the people that are wearing their hats, and so, they're in, it's like you're in the club. But it's a lot of fun to play. And again, a lot of money up for grabs. You can still get to Vegas. You got to sign up in Vegas, but you can play from anywhere using a proxy. But you do have to sign up in Vegas. So if you're coming out to Vegas this weekend, if you're coming out next weekend, if you're coming out Labor Day weekend, you can sign up leading up to, was it September? I've got it.
September 9th is the deadline, I believe.
September 6th. September 6th at 2 p.m. Vegas time.
Gotcha.
And so, yeah, it's cool. I did it last year. It was fun doing it again this year because you can be a millionaire. And then you see the people in their coats. So when you win, you get like a coat, like you're in the Hall of Fame or a Masters jacket.
Dude, those are nice. I'm going to tell you.
And, well, they're nice. And you just realize when you see them, that SOB is a millionaire. And he's picking up the tab. But they get treated like royalty forever at Circa, and they have this big dinner for all the past champions, very much like the Masters.
Well, and they told me that they actually, Circa flies them out here for this, puts them up in a suite.
Yeah, you get treated like a king forever.
Unbelievable.
It's pretty cool. And look, there is a $100,000 booby prize. So if you're last, you can still win, which I appreciate. 126 different ways you could win in Circa Millions with $6 million in guaranteed prizes. They do quarterly prizes, quarterly booby prizes. And again, you either want to be really good or really bad. 2 and 3 or 3 and 2, and you're screwed. And I had too many weeks like that last year.
Right now, Jason, they've got in the one that you're in, the Millions, 2,821 entries right now. So that's a little over $3 million according to that. The Survivor is popular, 8,900 and change in that, and that's guaranteed 15 million.
Well, see, and the Circa Million is guaranteed at 6. So right now they don't have entries to hit and cover the guarantee. They will. This weekend is a big weekend for the signups, which is why they do it this weekend. Last year it got well over 6, and the same thing with Circa Survivor, which right now with the 8,000 entries, they're at 6 million, but it will get to 15 because what Circa does, what Derek Stevens does, is here's the guarantee. So if they don't get enough signups, then that comes out of Circa's pocket.
That's it.
If they get more than that, then the pot rises. It's pretty incredible. A lot of fun.
Yeah, it
Lot of
is.
fun.
It is a lot of fun. I mean, just I love just looking at it. They've got these big boards all over this conference room with the odds, the lines for week 1 in the NFL, and I find it fascinating. By the way, the Texans are a dog on the road week 1. They're playing the Rams, 2.5 points. Cowboys are dogs at the Eagles, 6.5.
You know, I kind of like the Texans in that opener this far out because I don't know how healthy Matthew Stafford is going to be and how much practice he's actually going to get while dealing with a bad back. And I was reading about how C.J. Stroud's got a lot more control in the offense, and I love the Texans' defense. So if you've got a quarterback who has had issues with his back and hasn't been practicing, I kind of like the Texans right now. And I know we got a long time to change our mind, but I like the Texans to do that. I'm looking up at that board. There's a contest for you, Joe.
What's that?
The what is that?
Grandimismo.
Yeah, sure. It's only $100,000 per entry.
And you can only put in 2 entries.
You can only put in 200,000.
If I could do 5 or 6, I'd do it.
Well,
but,
I'm
only 2. Is it really worth the time?
You pick one straight up each week for that contest.
Yeah, it's a survivor contest, but it's just a big dollar one. They've got 21 entries in that thing.
Jeez.
Current prize pool is
2.1
million.
Yeah.
So yeah, just $100,000.
Yeah.
Come on out here.
You should get a couple of those, Joe.
Well, maybe I will. It depends on how the blackjack tables go tonight, Minix.
I'm gonna guess you won't be. You need to sign up for Circa Million so you still have enough money before we leave Sunday.
Yeah, no kidding. So far, I've got to get out of a hole. I know my wife's going to be on a heater today, man. I can just feel it. It's going to be outstanding. Every now and then, Jason, you see some weird facts. There is a fact about Texas tweet that I just got. Now listen to this. It blew me away. All right, you ready for this?
Yep.
Did you know that El Paso is closer to San Diego, California than it is to Houston, Texas?
Yeah.
According to this.
Yeah.
That's incredible to me.
Have you ever driven to El Paso?
No, and I don't really want to. It's about a 10-hour drive, isn't it?
It's
8-hour drive.
When I drove Erica out to Phoenix when we moved her out there, I was like, all right, we'll get to El Paso or Las Cruces, New Mexico, and spend the night. But you lose time as you're going because you go into mountain time, and then Pacific. So we drove straight through because I had lunch and we're like, all right, well, let's keep driving. But yeah, once you get to El Paso, it's actually a pretty quick drive. It's just forever getting out there, but speed limit's like 85.
Yeah,
so you can go 110, and the cops will pass you.
Well, my good buddy Marcus Floyd, Marcus, good friend of yours as well. He used to take his family out to California on vacation, and they would drive.
Oh, good Lord.
Well, they would always go to Phoenix and stay a couple of days, or Scottsdale. They'd go to Arizona for a couple of days and then make the drive to California. And they would always leave at like 3 o'clock in the morning because he said it's easy. You put the kids, in the back, they're asleep. The wife's asleep. And he was telling me one time he got so sleepy on that drive because once you, past Kerrville?
Yeah.
There's nothing.
Nothing.
He said there were transformers coming up out of the road. And Dad, he had me rolling on that when he was telling that story. But I can imagine that. And just when there's nothing and it's just flat. There's no curves, nothing to look at, and you just drive.
I can't. Now, granted, as a kid, we drove out to California a couple of times. That's probably why I like to fly. I just can't imagine being in a car with Marcus for that long. Those poor kids.
Well, that's why the kids went to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would do that. I thought that was a funny story.
Yeah. No,
but, that's weird because, that's how big Texas is. That's incredible how big the state is.
I'm glad you got sidetracked on that.
Well, I did, and I thought that was interesting. And you're welcome, everybody.
Yeah,
you can go tell that to your friends.
That's
you're having a beer on a Friday night.
Yeah. Great pickup lines from Uncle Joe. Speaking of kids, Jerry Jones makes the kid analogy quite a bit when talking about Micah Parsons, and he goes on the Michael Irvin podcast, and basically as we're waiting for this to end, and I think we all expect Micah Parsons to get a new deal and be the highest paid non-quarterback right?
Well, he will be. The question is, what team will he play for?
It's going to be Dallas. But Jerry's pissed off. And Jerry's pissed off because he thought he had a deal in March. Now, while Micah said I didn't think that was a negotiation, what Jerry Jones is saying right now, they negotiated. Jerry says, I came off my mark on a number of things, which meant this is what I thought. This is what Micah said, and I agreed to it.
Mm-hmm.
That's coming off your mark in negotiations. And sounds like Micah was a hell of a negotiator because it was on a couple of things, not just one. And he blames Mulugeta for not getting the deal done. But what I find interesting is now Jerry seems to be playing hardball. While Micah's scrubbing his social media of all references to the Dallas Cowboys, Jerry's playing hardball. He goes on the Michael Irvin podcast and basically says what we all know. I got 3 years to get this figured out. Cut 5, Edwin.
The world would know that I want Micah if they knew what I had offered him, and he knew what, and he knows what I offered him. So the world would know that I want Micah to play on the team, and that I respect him for what he can bring to the team. And now, as it turns out, in this particular case, you say, well, what happens? Well, what happens is that we have a contract. And there's this year remaining under the contract. And then in the NFL, I get at our volition to extend that contract another year. We'll pay him like a franchise and another one after that. So we really got 3 years to work this thing out. And it's a basic contract that's there to go. And I did that with Dak. And we couldn't agree. So Dak played his last year of his contract. And then we franchised him. And so it's exactly what happened with Dak. And we moved forward. And, of course, ultimately, we got a contract, made Dak the highest paid player in the NFL. So the president is handling it like Dak. But in this particular case, then Micah comes in and plays this year under his contract. If it doesn't, it's very costly for everybody, just a little similar to what happened when we didn't sign Emmett and we didn't do well our first 2 games. He was an integral part of what we were doing. But at that particular time, we got that worked out and went on to win a Super Bowl, as you recall.
Jerry's hoping history will repeat itself. Sit out the first 2 games, Micah. Come back, we'll make you happy, and then we'll win a Super Bowl.
You know, although Jerry's been down this road so many times with so many deals, he's not losing sleep over it.
No.
The one thing that I will say about Jerry Jones that's complimentary in the media buzz that he's going, he's being very complimentary of the football player Micah Parsons.
Yes.
He is publicly saying how important Micah is to the success of this football team. That's a little bit different than what you normally hear. And again, he's stating facts, but also Micah's a great player. We need him. We want him. And we offered him this. But what about the trade? Now, you know, apparently teams have called. The Cowboys aren't entertaining those calls, at least publicly right now. But he does bring up the old Herschel Walker analogy.
Real question is, and any player at this level of pay, are you better having 3 players that are all pro players? Or are you better off having that 1 player or the 3 players to help you win a championship? Well, the answer is we'll get both. Have that player plus those other 3 players. That's where competitively the rules keep us all within the range of competing for the Super Bowl. Parity.
Jerry, okay, and so what I'm taking from this is like, and I'll just take Michael. If you got Michael done earlier, could have saved $5 million a year. You're saying the risk of that, the risk of paying you doesn't outweigh the risk of that big injury that can cripple your salary cap paying a guy like Mike Parsons. I personally think I'll take Michael over those other 3 players. I mean, this time. Not always what I stated, but I'm going to take him over the other 3 players because of what he's done.
would you take Herschel Walker over the players we got for Herschel Walker? I know you wouldn't. Herschel Walker wouldn't
That's a good comeback. That's a good comeback.
Herschel Walker wouldn't take that for it either. But look at the double handful of players we got for one player with Herschel Walker.
He's got a hell of a point. And you know what? Watching that Netflix thing, I had forgotten that those were they got players at first for Herschel Walker, but they had the option to convert those to draft picks.
Yeah.
And that's what they did. And we all know how that worked out. 3 Super Bowl championships. And again, Micah Parsons could be another Herschel Walker in every sense of the word. I mean, seriously.
Well,
I've been saying that for months.
Well, and again, do you trade him? I'd have a hard time trading a Micah Parsons.
It depends on what you're going to get in return.
Well,
if you're going to get a haul for him and you have an opportunity to improve your football team, and you're not saddled with $200 million contract. And again, it would have to be a hell of a deal. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to give him the guy away, but I'm just saying I would certainly entertain offers that were realistic for Micah Parsons.
Well, and again, looking on our YouTube chat, on the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel, why isn't anybody comparing this to Emmett's deal Netflix did? Emmett, we revisited the deal. The difference was Emmett wasn't under contract, and the rules were different at the time. And Emmett was talking about this a couple of weeks ago. Like, I wish people would quit saying that I was holding out. I wasn't holding out. I didn't have a contract. Back then, his contract expired. He didn't have a new one, but he was only allowed to negotiate with the Dallas Cowboys. So it is different because Micah Parsons is under contract. Now, and we'll hear more from Jerry coming up. Jerry talking directly to the player is the way Jerry does business. Even with Michael Irvin, they talked about that. We'll hear that part of it as we continue here on the Blitz.
From Circa Las Vegas, Ultimate Contest Weekend. It's 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville.
10-yard line. Touchdown, Vegas. What a wild finish.
Your home for the NFL.
See website for details. Bills Happen is not a lender and does not make credit decisions. Hey, bills happen. So when you need extra cash fast, go to billshappen.com. Have you been turned down? Are your credit cards maxed out? Do you have bad credit? Go to billshappen.com. All you need is a job and a checking account. You can find a lender and get up to $5,000 cash as early as tomorrow at billshappen.com. BillsHappen.com is the smart way to get a personal lender now. So if you need extra money for car repairs, medical bills, family emergencies, whatever you need cash for, go to BillsHappen.com and you can get the money you need as soon as the next day, up to $5,000. At BillsHappen.com, our process is safe, secure, and all online. No one to deal with in person, and Bills Happen does not charge you any fees to use our service. It's easy. When you need a lender, just remember, when bills happen, go to BillsHappen.com. BillsHappen.com for the cash you need now. BillsHappen.com.
You know, the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Turn things all the way up and find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy.
Free products and services are the best. They're next to non-existent, though. But the next best thing does exist. Barter. Alamo Barter. Right here in San Antonio, if you have a business and provide a product or service, you can barter with hundreds of other businesses that are already members. From trips to a medical visit, restaurants and home services, Alamo Barter is a great way for you to trade out your skills with others. Call Alamo Barter or visit them online at alamobarter.com. alamobarter.com.
Imagine if today was the day your idea changed someone's life. Imagine if you could help someone pay for college, help your community build a new playground, or help a child make it to that dream competition. With GoFundMe, it's all possible. GoFundMe is the world's #1 fundraising platform trusted by over 200 million people. Every week, ordinary people meet their goals and do extraordinary things. Your ideas matter. GoFundMe isn't just for emergencies. Want to raise money for your kid's soccer team or raise funds for a small business, a creative project, or event? GoFundMe helps you turn ideas into reality. And help adds up. Fundraisers you start for someone else raise up to 5 times more. So think right now, who could use your help? Change rarely comes from waiting. It comes from someone deciding, today I'll start. Don't wait for someone else to bring change. Today, start your fundraiser in just minutes at GoFundMe.com/power. That's GoFundMe.com/power to start your fundraiser. GoFundMe.com/POWER. This is a commercial message brought to you by GoFundMe.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
We got football tonight on a Friday night, and it's the Dallas Cowboys. They're going to finish off the preseason at home against the Atlanta Falcons. By the way, you can catch that game right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star beginning at 6 o'clock with a pregame. Houston Texans close out the preseason tomorrow. They'll face off against the Detroit Lions at noon. And the Washington Commanders traded Brian Robinson Jr. to the San Francisco 49ers.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagle.
That's the third time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It's Friday. We've made it to the weekend, and there's not a better place that I would rather be than right here at Circle Las Vegas for their ultimate contest weekend. We're having a blast. This is the Blitz, and I'm Joe Reinagle. That's Jason Minix, and it's been a fun time so far, and we still have the weekend to go.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's really just getting started when you think about it like that, although you've had a rough start. Gambling wise.
No, I haven't. Let's just to be completely fair.
Well, I'll finish. You had a rough start Wednesday night. Wednesday night was not kind to Mr. Reinagle.
No, it was not. It was not.
He is rallied big. In fact, I didn't realize how rough Wednesday was because I know you rallied yesterday. It's almost like, watching that Netflix special on the Cowboys. You forget they were down 21-0 to the 49ers in the first quarter, and they made it a game, right? Because they were able to rally back, still a little short. That's kind of where you are right now. But the weekend is here. You have a lot of opportunities still to come out ahead when it's all said and done. Although I see on our YouTube channel, Glenn loves you. He wants to wire you some cash.
Well, I think it's great. I said, sure, send as much as you'd like. See, now he's moving the goalposts. There was nothing about 50% interest when he said to wire that. So, I mean, Glenn, if I just thought you were nice, had too much money in your bank account, wanted to get rid of some of it.
I mean, you could do it. Look, here's the thing. We're not paying it back, but if you want me to make a bet for you, you want it on red or black, let me know, and I'm going to play that for you.
Yeah. Yeah, but you're probably going to lose. I'm just saying. At that point in time, it's like, damn, it was right there on red, and just that last little turn, it went to black.
I know it's fun for people to, here's $20, $50, play this for me. No, dude, I'm not. Because if I win, I'm going to keep it. But I don't want to lie to you and say, yeah, dude, your 20 didn't make it. My 20 did really good, though.
It's amazing how that works. I used to, I'd say fall for it. I used to do that to people. Hey, put this, do this, play this on that. And I'd take it. And then, you come back and say, oh, sorry, dude, you lost. And I don't know.
But I had a great weekend.
But I don't know if you did or not. That's the thing about it. So I stopped doing that. Stopped doing it. I said, no, I'm not doing that. But Glenn, if you want to wire some money just for my entertainment purposes, feel free, bud.
Yeah.
Feel free.
Yeah. Yeah.
How about I split it with you, depending on what he sends, Minix? Yeah, I'm excited. A big shot like Glenn, he send about 10, 20 grand is what I'm kind of thinking.
Yeah. Well, I 10 or 20 grand.
Yeah, why not?
I got you.
I mean, this guy.
Dude, I'll take an easy 500.
Apparently
I don't want to be greedy.
Glenn never loses on the golf course, so I'm figuring he's got money to burn.
Dude, you should go take the money that he sends you for gambling and then use that in your bets when you finally go play this guy in golf. We'll see that. See, and I'm curious, Glenn, if you're one of the many that have already signed up for our Fall Golf Classic coming up on September 29th out at Olympia Hills, brought to you by the law office of Jesse Hernandez, Flight by Yingling, and PPL Motorhomes. We're over halfway sold out already.
Yes. Yes, well over halfway. In fact, the update we got yesterday, I don't know what the math is, but trust us, it's going to sell out, and it looks like it's going to sell out pretty quick.
Yeah, it's going to sell out pretty quick. Well, it always does, benefiting flood relief, which is so desperately needed.
Absolutely.
So go get signed up as you're thinking about golfing this weekend. We're playing out at Olympia Hills on September 29th. sasportstar.com is the website. Sam says you guys didn't wake up in a bathtub full of ice, so you're doing just fine in Vegas. I suppose.
Is that a mob reference, or is that what that is?
I mean, it's got to be something, although I don't know about your room. Our room has a shower. There is no bathtub.
No, that's right. You're exactly right. I just thought about that right now. There is no bathtub. So it'd be hard to wake up in a bathtub full of ice when you don't have a bathtub.
Oh, that's true. Although I did. I'm on the 27th floor.
All right. I'm on 22.
And this morning there was a guy looking in my window. I did have that this morning.
Yes.
The window washer guy. Way too early in the morning.
Dude.
And I didn't close the curtains last night. And so, we had a window washer. Now, apparently you can't see in because he reacted to nothing.
Well, that's good. Dude, it's interesting how that works. That's a job I respect. You can have it. I don't want any part of being up on a 27th story washing the outside windows. I don't care what I'm in or how safe you say it is. I ain't doing it, and I don't want to do it. But I told you this story, and maybe you guys have heard it as well, but I'm going to tell it again. Myself, Bill Taylor, and Jason Eggleston, another camera guy at Kins 5, we did a thing for charity, and we rappelled down the downtown Marriott, the older one, from about the 20th story. And I tell you what, heights, I'm not deathly afraid of heights, but I'd rather be on the ground, if you know what I mean.
Well, I'm with you. So, well, this was a pretty cool little contraption. He's got his little harness on, and he's doing a hell of a job. And AD on YouTube says, imagine what all that guy is seeing. He's seen it all, I'm sure.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. I saw something. I mean, and they must have just finished, because I'm rappelling down this thing, and I just stop and I look in this window, and there's a very attractive blonde who's just got a sheet around her, but she smiles and waves, and the dude's laying there. Lucky he was covered as well, but they must have just finished or were just getting started, one of the two.
You interrupted them.
Maybe I did, but she was happy about it. I mean, she saw me there and waved, and I could see clearly into the room there.
So I take it that was the cleanest window. You spent a lot of time on that window.
Well, all of a sudden my rope was stuck. I couldn't do anything. I'm like, hey, I don't know what's happening, but it was very very entertaining.
The rope got hard, huh? Didn't want to move.
Yeah, there was something in the way. But I mean, can you imagine window washers? And if you can't see inside, and I'm sure that's the way that it is, but maybe that is a better job to wash windows at a hotel in Las Vegas.
I mean, sure. Sure.
Yeah. I mean, some of that you may not want to see what couple that is. I'm sure that window washer probably didn't want to see you, doing the nasty.
Yeah. I mean, he's fine, but nothing like having morning sex in Vegas interrupted by the window washer.
Yeah. That happens. That's why I closed the drapes.
Well, again, we got in last night. I don't know what time it was, 3-something, and the drapes were still open. I'm not one that generally closes drapes. I'm not one that has to have a room completely dark like some people, and the TV is on. I just go to sleep.
No, I like having them closed like that. I like the dark room. Unfortunately for me, my wife is working, and again this morning, dude. 6 o'clock, she gets up, and the light come on, and the window, the curtains are. Then I'm going, what the hell? The only good news about that is I'm not awakened by the boom, 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 boom. Because when that DJ gets started down at the pool, man, you can hear that.
8 a.m.
8 a.m. man.
8 a.m.
Boom, boom.
It's a party.
It is a party.
It is a party.
Always.
Michael Irvin gets Jerry Jones. It's interesting. You think about like Travis and Jason Kelce were somehow able to get Taylor Swift on their podcast, and you wonder how Michael Irvin's able to get a Jerry Jones. That's that relationship.
Yeah.
And very, very interesting comments from the Cowboys owner with Michael Irvin yesterday. We'll hear more of that coming up.
That's right. When we continue here on the Blitz live from Circa Las Vegas, the ultimate contest weekend.
Well, that's what I'm supposed to tell you. It's Friday, and thanks, Edwin. We're having computer issues, so I really wasn't sure, and I'm in the wrong spot. It is a Friday. You have your weekend plans. None of you plan on getting arrested, but some of you will, because it happens to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons, especially on a Friday heading into the weekend. You get arrested, somebody gets arrested. You want to get out of jail fast? You call my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds. 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. Whether it's you, a family member, a friend of yours, your best option is AA Best Bail Bonds, because nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They're discreet and confidential and open 24/7. Offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. License number 149. Call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online, mybestbailbonds.com.
South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Friday night at 7, the Cowboys take on the Atlanta Falcons in their last preseason game at Jerry World. Pre-game at 6. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the Davis Law Firm, Hornitos Tequila, Connecticut, and Jim Beam. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
How about them Cowboys?
When you're hiring, Have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Summer's wrapping up and life is picking back up. Early mornings, long days, and a to-do list that doesn't quit. And neither should you. Who has time to slow down due to body pain? That's why there's Aleve to keep you going. With just one pill, Aleve delivers longer-lasting body pain relief per dose compared to other leading OTC branded pain relievers. Aleve helps keep you moving from sunup to sundown with up to 12 hours of pain relief per dose, so you can keep moving and be ready for whatever's next. Use as directed.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-743-8080. That's 1-800-743-8080. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-743-8080. That's 1-800-743-8080.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems like snoring, aches and pains, hot sleep, or even an old saggy mattress that can keep you up at night. And our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now get a king bed for a queen price, plus a free adjustable base with select Sealy mattresses. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Need assistance with door and window projects? The Home Depot can help. From inspiration and materials to ordering and installation, our free Millwork virtual apron service can get you moving and doing. Plus, we speak Spanish too. Our associates can help you tackle complex jobs without you leaving the job site, saving you time and money. Call us at 1-833-HD-APRON or visit homedepot.com/MVA. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part, they accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right. So we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Wait. We can't have that.
No, this is bizarre.
What?
Oh, maybe they're just moving it. They're moving the bar here, and Joe's freaking out.
Well, I don't know. I mean, we still have, an hour and 45 minutes to go, and I'm like, they can't do that because that was really nice. They set up a little bar here inside this Radio Row Convention Center. It's not free. No. You got to pay for it, but still, it was nice to get a beverage after the show yesterday.
As soon as the show, it's like when we're sitting at the Roo Pub. Show's over, beer in hand.
Exactly. That's exactly right. But it looks like they're packing up early, Minix.
Well, it may. Oh no, I think they're just setting everything up on this side.
Oh, they are.
Which I'm trying to. So, like this room that we're in right now. Now, to give you an idea, I think. Remember when the president came here?
Yes.
That rally, the speech or whatever, was in this room.
Okay.
And tomorrow in this room, they'll have a big football panel with a whole bunch of different celebrities and things like that that's going on. So maybe they're making adjustments now for getting the room changed over for tomorrow.
Well, I mean, I hope that's all they're doing, for goodness sake. My goodness.
Because you can't go buy a beer now and wait an hour.
No,
and 45 minutes.
it'll be hot.
Well,
Can't do that. I don't like hot beer. I guess you could put it on ice if you wanted to, but
Sure.
I don't want to do that.
No.
It's just nice to walk up to the bar, belly up there, and say, hey, I need a drink.
You know, Jerry Jones
needs a drink.
Yeah. And then look, I mean, we've been fortunate to have drinks with Jerry.
Yes, we have.
And when you, especially the references back to the Netflix series makes so much sense because it really is a look into Jerry Jones, the loyalty factor and how important that is. This is a man who is a relationship guy. He's in the relationship business. Every former player I know that played for the Cowboys loves Jerry and still has a relationship to some degree with him. And that is something that I've seen, but I know Dat Wynn used to talk about that quite a bit. So he goes on with Michael Irvin on his podcast. And again, right or wrong, Jerry does not like to include agents. Now, he did, and I think it was wise of him to remind us all, he is the owner, but also the general manager. Because a lot of the headlines, what other owner is involved in these things? Well, no other owner is also the general manager. So it is his job, as he pointed out, to get these done. But you're still supposed to talk with agents. And Jerry says, I don't do that. And he even used Michael Irvin on Michael Irvin's show, the example of when he and Michael worked on a contract.
Michael, you guys got the most at stake. We need to figure this out.
Michael, let me just say this to you. What did you do? What did you do? We don't even have to have a hypothetical. What did you do? You and I worked it out.
Right.
Did you have an agent? Did you have an agent? But
No,
was he sitting there with us?
No, it was us.
It was us. It was sitting there with us. Yeah. And there was no infringement. Look at us. We have a lifetime relationship. We do. We have a lifetime relationship.
But Jerry, you put me in a lot.
Are you glad? Are you? I am happy very much that we have, because what? It not only operating that way, not that there's not a lot of ways to operate, but operating that way has put me and you on the same page for a lot of years.
Right.
And I say that to Micah. I say that to him. You want to operate around here with me? Then can you say to him that what you do as a player can last for 20, 30 years if it's done right with me?
Right. Last well.
Can you say that?
And I do. And I do. Not just to him. I say it to C.D. Lamb. I say it to Dak. I say it to all of them.
You know what's interesting about that is he's right. Do you know anybody that likes Jerry Jones more than Michael Irvin?
It's true. And again, it's the relationship part of things. Now, on our YouTube channel, the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel, James says, why does he not want players to include their agents? Now, Jerry has talked about it many, many times. He's writing the check, and the guy that's signing the contract and receiving the check are all that really matters. In plus, when something doesn't work out, and I guess he's got experience, you can't find the agent. He actually talked about that very thing with Stephen A. Smith.
In the spirit of not doing the old mother-dad deal. How many times have you seen the little rascal so clever go in there and mama told him, you're not going to get it, and goes in to daddy, who only sees him after 5 in the afternoon, wants to love him, and says, you can have it, son. You can have that before dinner. And he goes back in and says, Mama, Daddy said I could have it. That's the old mom, dad, been around since the beginning of time. I'm not going to go for that here. That's what's happening.
You're not going for it.
I'm not going for it. No. But we've had a very, very strong negotiation. Now, by the way, frankly, it wouldn't have made any difference what the negotiation was. Guess who has to be comfortable for this to work? Micah. And who else? You. Hello. There's not room for a third. There's not room for a third.
Not room for a third. He doesn't want daddy coming in and saying, nah, you can have that cookie, son.
Now, the idea of, and Jerry has said, you got to have the agent. He can do the paperwork. Just like somebody else will do the paperwork for Jerry Jones. But again, Jerry is a master negotiator. He is a billionaire. He has negotiated billions and billions of contracts throughout his lifetime, and certainly over 30 years in the NFL. The idea that he does this is a little alarming. Although I'm trying to think, other than Randy Gregory, where there were clauses in the contract about behavior and things like that, I don't recall stories about Jerry doing a deal and then finding out that he screwed the player.
No.
All right. Like, you would feel like Jerry Jones should be able to negotiate a masterful deal that's all beneficial to the Cowboys and very Cowboy friendly deals, because he is better at business than any player. And it gets a ton of credit because Jerry said he moved off his mark on a number of things, whatever that means, or however many, I don't know. But if he moved off his mark, if he was thinking this and Micah said that, and that's where they got to, credit Micah Parsons. But at the same time, while Jerry does like to do contracts with players, is there an example out there, because I can't think of one, where player signed something and then was like, yeah, Jerry really screwed me over in that negotiating room. I should have had my agent there.
No, I haven't heard that story, and you would hear that story.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, players would make that, and agents would as well. Look, it's interesting to me, and you learn things listening to Jerry, whether you believe Jerry or not. I know Ryan Clark certainly doesn't believe Jerry, and there's others. I get it. But if you had a deal, and if that is in fact true, that they had a deal and they were going to send it to Mulligetta, and Mulligetta said, no, I wasn't there. And I have a feeling this more how it went down. It wasn't a stick it up your ass thing. It was more of a, no, I wasn't there. I need to be involved. And I think Jerry interpreted that as, no, stick it up your
Well,
your
yeah.
ass.
I mean, did he actually use the words, Mulligetta, those words? This is what Jerry told Michael Irvin on where Mulligetta apparently told him where he could stick that contract.
When we wanted to send the details to the agents told us to stick it up our ass.
Oh, wait. Now, see, I was
just so you're clear.
Wait. What do you mean? So wait.
Well,
what do you mean? Because people going to ask.
Mike and I talked. Mike and I talked, and then we were going to send it over to the agent. And we had our agreements on term, amount, guarantees, everything. We were going to send it over to the agent, and the agent said, "Don't bother, because we've got all that to negotiate." Well, I'd already negotiated. I'd already moved off my mark on several areas. And so the issue, very frankly, is we've had the negotiation in my mind. And the agent's trying to get his nose in it right now and try to come in there and improve off the mark that we'd already said. It's the mama-daddy deal. You go into mama, and she won't do it. And she's the boss.
But again, it's point. And I get where Mulligetta is coming from, and I get where Jerry's from. Jerry thinks they had an agreement. They shook hands. This is good. He did that with Micah Parsons. The agent probably just didn't tell him literally, stick it up your ass, but so that's
how
not
Jerry
work.
interpreted it.
Well, and again, he said that now the agent wants, I've already moved off my mark. Does the agent think that Micah Parsons left some money on the table? And then I'll go back to, we all said when Micah Parsons said last year he doesn't have to be the highest paid, BS, and wait till Mulligetta gets Jerry in the room.
We all said that because that's what they're going to do. And look, to the defense of Mulligetta, he's trying to do what's best for his client because it obviously benefits him to do what's best for the client. You get more clients and yada, yada, right? So I get that. But you kind of see how this is a little clearer now, how it's coming out. So Jerry did have the details, was going to send it to Mulligetta, and Mulligetta said, no, I need to be in on the negotiations. So it's a non-starter. Where Micah messed up, in my opinion, and I'm going to give Dak Prescott credit, all the credit in the world. Every time Jerry tried to talk to Dak about his contract, Dak said, no, I'm not talking about that unless my agent is involved. And to me, that was smart. It worked out. It probably pissed Jerry off. That's why Dak had to go through 2 franchise tags, but it worked out pretty well for him.
Well, and again, Jerry completely blames David Mulligetta for the reason a deal is not yet done.
I have agreed to give more money than has ever been given in terms of guaranteed money than anyone ever has as far as a defensive player. I've done that. Now, I am the cat that writes the check, okay? Now, Mike has got 3 years with the Cowboys left. He's got 3 years. At some point, somebody has to have the say over the other. At some point, it has to be that way. My job is managing the check, okay? Micah's got to do the playing. Where's the least important part of this whole equation we're talking about? What is the least incremental part of the whole equation? The attorney or the agent, okay? He works for Micah, okay? He's not the principal here in any way, They're in here to make their percentage. They're in here to basically, yes, advise Micah. Come over to the office and I'll show you exactly what I offered Micah. We got it in the back. It's with all written down, everything to go. Come down and look at that.
I'm gonna get over there and see that.
You can sure look at it. You can sure absolutely look at it. Here's my entire point. My point. Who is it that basically says this is ultimately recognizing we're trying to come together for an agreement, but absolutely, who is it that can go with it? And so the facts are, I don't know that I've ever been around. I've never tried to buy anything. I've never tried to do anything that I actually was going to bring all of the services and somebody else was going to do all the money. But because the in-between guy wasn't exactly the guy that I had fit there, that kept you from doing the deal. Right. That's exactly what's happening here.
Yeah, but unfortunately, Jerry's it's not comparing apples to apples. In the real world, in Jerry's world where he negotiates deals on business concerns, maybe that's how it works. In the NFL, it's completely different. Again, I wish players would honor contracts. I think Jerry feels the same way, but it doesn't happen that way anymore. Not when there's the guaranteed money that's out there. Players see it. Micah sees it, and look, he wants to get his money. So if something happens to him, he's still getting paid, and I get it. I get all of that. But so Jerry's got to know. I mean, it's in the CBA, for goodness sake. Jerry's not stupid. He knows it. The agent has to be involved. It's got to be a union-approved agent, which David Mulligetta is. And, so all of this is showmanship in my mind. I mean, it just is. I love Jerry Jones, but all of this is just showmanship. Jerry, dude, you're under contract. You're going to play ball or not, and then we'll talk about it after the season, perhaps, or I might franchise tag you for 2 years.
And he can do that. Now, there's cost implications that would hurt the team for doing that, but Jerry can do that. Jerry's mad. He's playing hardball.
He is.
Micah Parsons is mad. He's playing – I'm going to scrub Cowboys off of my social media. Penn State and TBD now.
That'll show Jerry.
Well, it's what happens in 2025.
Jeez, it's unbelievable. That's exactly what he has done. And he also, Jason, put out a TikTok video, which is also what the youngsters do these days.
I'm going to win wherever I go. Wherever I go, I'm going to win. I don't care where I go. I don't give a damn what team I go to. I'm going to win. I'm going to win regardless. It don't matter. It don't matter. You talk about making your teammates better, I'm going to make them better. Wherever I go, I'm going to win. Just like they named me the MVP, that's what I am. That's what I always felt like I was. I've been in this league for 6 years. I felt like I was the MVP for 6 years.
Yeah. So he drops some stuff from Allen Iverson while he's looking for the answer.
Yeah.
Well played, Micah Parsons.
Well played, I suppose. And Jerry, take that. There, take that. Dude, you're not going anywhere, at least for now. I just don't see it happening. Micah, you're kind of over a barrel, my friend. And again, the only leverage you do have is hoping that the Cowboys fall in their faces if you do indeed sit out. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious.
It is interesting, exhausting to continue to talk about it. And yet we are, although it's August 22nd. So, there's still time. There's still time.
We got a week as far as I'm concerned before I get nervous. I mean, CeeDee Lamb, August 29th, when he signed his deal. Dak, 2 hours before game one, before he signed his deal. So we got plenty of time, Jason.
I know, but look, it's 4:33 in the afternoon. There's a football game tonight.
There is.
Let's talk about tonight's Cowboys preseason finale, because there are jobs on the line. There are.
I feel sorry for the receivers, though,
we'll
that are
talk
fighting
about
for a job. We will, because we're live at Circa Las Vegas. It is their Ultimate Contest weekend. Having a great time. And again, the Ultimate Contest weekend doesn't end this weekend. It goes on for another couple of weeks. So if you're going to be out in Vegas next weekend or maybe Labor Day weekend, you can still get involved here at Circa Las Vegas. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star is calling all golfers. The Fall Golf Classic is back. Mark your calendars for Monday, September 29th, and lock in your spot for one of the most fun golf events of the year at the Olympia Hills Golf Club. For just $120 per player or $400 for a foursome, you'll get 18 holes of fun, friendly competition, and non-stop laps with your crew. But don't wait. Spots will sell out fast. And once they're gone, they're gone. This isn't your average uptight tournament. It's all about cutting loose, enjoying the day, and supporting a great cause. The Community Foundation of the Hill Country, presented by the Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Charm Club, and sponsored by Fly by Yingling and PPL Motorhomes. And when the final putt drops, the party's just getting started. Head over to the Break Room Bar on Pat Booker Road for the official after party. Cold drinks, great food, and the perfect finish to a perfect day. Don't get left out. Grab your crew, grab your clubs, and get ready for a Monday you won't forget. Sign up now at sasportstar.com.
GiveMeTheVin.com. Big cash giveaway. I hate games and scams. So when we had the idea to give away $25,000, I was very careful about the way it was orchestrated. Get the top of the market money and enter to be the lucky person to get $25,000. This is no joke. This is no game. This is very real. Just like GiveMeTheVin.com.
No purchase necessary. For official rules, go to GiveMeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
This college football season, the Crunch Time Hero of the Week is brought to you by PorkRinds.com, the nation's premier hub for pork rind lovers everywhere. Each week, a college player will post on Instagram, and each share over a 2-week period equals a $1 donation to the Archer Foundation, which helps families who are dealing with DIPG, DMG, pediatric brain cancer. Giving back with the perfect snack to celebrate those big Crunch Time plays. Find your rind at PorkRinds.com or find Southern Recipe Pork Rinds at HEB.
George Gets Justice. You've heard the national lawyer ads. Same story, different name. But when you've been through something traumatic in San Antonio, you need a local team who fights for real results. That's why so many get George at George Salinas Injury Lawyers. George is from here, listens to people, and fights to help them get their maximum compensation. Call 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George Gets Justice. GetGeorge.com. Principal Office, San Antonio.
Prescription products require completion of an online consultation with an independent healthcare provider and are only available if prescribed. Subscription required. Additional restrictions apply. See website for more details and safety information.
Is Cialis Daily really better than Viagra?
If you like spontaneity, the answer is yes. So when the mood strikes, you're ready to go.
I felt like a young man again. My wife is definitely much happier.
When you take it, you're ready to go.
Does Cialis Daily last longer than Viagra?
Guys are raving that their results last even longer.
My partner thinks that I am a rock star.
Because it is effective, I say I'm on a second honeymoon.
It's literally life-changing.
Does RexMD really work?
Over 85% of guys said not only does it work, they saw results the very first night. And you can get your first month free at freerexmd.com with medication delivered direct to your door. There's no copay, no doctor office visit, and your shipping is always free. Visit freerexmd.com to get your first month free. That's FREEREXMD.com.
You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
When it comes to keeping your pumps running smooth, L&S Pump Repair has you covered. 24/7 on-site service for saltwater disposal and pump repairs. From Quintaplex to H-Pumps, they've got parts ready and the skills to get you back in the game fast. Need a whole new pump package? L&S builds custom skid packages too. Don't let knocking pumps or slow flow slow you down. Call L&S Pump Repair 936-853-3810. Keep your flow strong, San Antonio.
What are you doing every day to support your liver? If you enjoy sweets, fast food, alcohol, or take any medications, that's a vital question to ask. Hi, I'm Sherry Torkas, pharmacist and health author. For over 30 years, I've helped people make informed decisions about their health, especially concerning prevention and long-term wellness. Supporting your liver isn't just a wellness trend, it's a daily essential. That's why I recommend Active Liver by New Nordic. It's made with plant-based ingredients like milk thistle, turmeric, and globe artichoke, herbs clinically studied for their protective and restorative effects on the liver. Active Liver blends traditional herbal wisdom with modern scientific research. Not all supplements are created equal. I trust Active Liver because it's backed by science, meets strict quality standards, and delivers true daily liver support.
Protect your liver and give it the support that it deserves by making Active Liver from New Nordic part of your daily wellness routine. Find Active Liver.
You know, why do we have a liver helper commercial on right before us when we're out here in Las Vegas at Circa Las Vegas?
What?
Ultimate Contest Weekend. You have some kind of liver supplement. We just on the ad right before we just came on the air, and I'm thinking
about a golfer.
No, I'm just thinking that do they know? Were they listening? They know where we're at and know how we behave? It must be.
You know, advertising resonates in a variety of ways. And when you're always top of mind, it works, right? Might not need you today, but I might down the road.
Yes, that could be.
Why, you know, if you're a plumbing company, you never know. Insurance, when is somebody going to, I mean, you know.
Liver supplements.
I mean, you know, you drink a whole lot in Vegas and, yeah, now you might need a liver supplement.
You might. You might need a liver supplement. That is for sure. Something to help that out. Hey, Minix, we got a bunch of tickets to give away.
Yeah.
We got a pair of tickets, in fact, to go see the short game at the Regal Cielo Vista Stadium 18 and RPX. The movie's in theaters August 29th. If you'd like to go see that movie, apparently it's a nice feel-good kind of movie. So if you'd like to go see that thing, just be calling number 11. That's what we're doing, right? It's 656-3776, 656-ESPN. You might win a pair. Good luck.
Might win a pair, huh?
You might win a pair,
Yeah.
Especially if you need a pair. We got football this weekend and real football, my friend.
Dude, college football kicking off tomorrow, including UIW. Now, in Vegas, that's going to be a 10 a.m. start, UIW opening up on the road against Nicholls State. Then you've got the Iowa State-Kansas State game that will be happening from Ireland. Kansas State favored by 3.5. But again, you've got a top 25 matchup. Kansas State 17, and Iowa State's ranked 22nd. Looking at other games that I'm interested in, Sam Houston taking on Western Kentucky. That one should be an interesting game. I'm very curious to see how new head coach Phil Longo handles things as the now leader of the Bearcats. He was the offensive coordinator back when years ago when my daughter was going to undergrad at Sam Houston, and he left that job and was Mac Brown's offensive coordinator at North Carolina. And when Keeler jumped to Temple this year, Phil Longo, he went back to Huntsville, Hunts Vegas. So it'd be interesting to see just how good the Bearcats are.
Yeah, I can't wait to see how good the Bearcats are. That's something I'm focused on this college football season. Yes.
A lot of Sam Houston alum living in San Antonio.
I'm sure there is, and I'm sure they're very interested. I'm not one of them.
Well, you're going to watch Idaho State and UNLV?
No, I'm looking forward to the UIW game and the Iowa State-Kansas State.
I mean, that game is happening at Allegiant Stadium.
Oh, is that right?
We could probably find some tickets to that if you wanted to go watch Idaho State take on UNLV. I mean, I think about when you're a big-time college and you're playing in an NFL stadium. I don't know much about Idaho State. Is that a big rivalry for UNLV?
I wouldn't think so.
I would think you would be bringing in somebody that would be able to sell the thing out.
Well, I mean, UNLV is more of a basketball school anyway, isn't it? I mean, they're not really known for their football powerhouses.
I mean, to a degree, maybe, but they do have a good football program. Remember, they were the team last year that didn't pay their quarterback, and he left.
He did. That's right. Well, I'm sure the faithful for both UNLV and Idaho State. Idaho State, do they travel well? It is Las Vegas, after all.
I mean, obviously. UNLV is favored by 29.5.
Okay.
So even if the Idaho State potato types came down here, they probably wouldn't even go to the game. They would stay at Circa Las Vegas and have a great time.
Well, dude, I'm going to tell you, you're going to get a better view of any game here at Circa Las Vegas than you will at any stadium. I promise you that. With the sports books here, and plus you can be sitting in Stadium Swim with a cold beverage and watching the game.
It's the plan tomorrow when UIW is playing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's
national TV for the Cardinals.
10 o'clock. That's
10 a.m. kickoff.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Bloody Mary morning.
I mean, you'll have been up for hours by then.
Well, no,
it's
Saturday. It's Saturday. Maggie doesn't have to work tomorrow, but that doesn't matter.
Still wake you up.
Probably will. Dude, we shut down the bar last night up top.
Yes. I know you're not used to closing down bars.
I'm really not. No.
I am. So, yeah.
Well, I left a little early. Did you and the wife stick around for a while?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, I had to go. Although she snuck another drink in front of me that I was planning to leave a little earlier than I did, and then all of a sudden there's a full drink right there.
That's what happens. That's what happens.
Yeah, I'm glad your wife is generous. What happened to you?
Well, it was on your tab.
Exactly right. It probably was. That's beautiful up there. The rooftop bar here at Circa Las Vegas.
Yeah, the Legacy Club is incredible. You think about it's awesome that we have real football tomorrow for opening a college, and then you jump ahead Thursday, and there are a ton of games on Thursday, which I again can't wait. By the way, this Thursday, Blitz live out at the Roo Pub there at 281 and at Redland Road. Then we got high school football also starting Thursday for us on 94.1. That starts next Friday with Reagan taking on Brennan.
Like a week from today.
A week from today.
Wow, that's awesome.
High school football season kicks off.
Reagan and Brennan, that'll be a good one.
You know, yes, it should be a good one. I mean, Reagan has a new head coach, so it'll be very interesting to see how different they might be. So it's pretty incredible. And then of course, a week from tomorrow, the Longhorns taking on Ohio State. I don't know if you have read that article on the front page of ESPN.com that talks about inside the recruiting of Arch Manning, I looked at it and was like, I don't have 3 days to read this article. It's an
long,
excerpt from a book.
Really?
But it seems like it's pretty amazing. So you just kind of go from there.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Stop. You got to focus.
Yeah, I'm trying.
You got to focus.
I'm trying. That's going to be amazing. I can't wait for that. Seriously, a week from tomorrow with Texas and Ohio State. That's going to be just – I can't wait. I want to get a good look at Arch Manning and see exactly if this kid is the real deal. Everybody seems to think he is. But until we goes out, I want to see how they perform against Ohio State.
And again, Ohio State right now favored in that game by 2, which is, odd because it's never happened before that the number 1 team in the country is an underdog.
Well, that is kind of crazy, but it doesn't surprise me. I mean, Ohio State's a tough place to play. You talk about a test right out of the bat for young Mr. Manning. And again, I look at this kid because he can't win, Jason. I mean, if he does what he's supposed to do, well, he did what he was supposed to do. If he falls on his face, then, well, disappointing.
Well, that's it. And again, can you live up to expectations? So, and again, we're at the point like tonight, preseason, there's 4 or 5 preseason games tonight. Then the preseason tomorrow, and then we're on to the real thing, and you just can't wait. Like we just want to get through the preseason, especially for the Cowboys because they're not playing anybody. You're not getting any real gauge at how good this offense is going to be or bad. You don't really get an idea of how Schottenheimer is going to call plays because of the dudes that they're rolling out there.
Well, you don't, but we say that, and for our entertainment value, it's not going to be any good. But there are some players that are going to be playing tonight that are fighting for their jobs. And so in that respect, those guys have to it's important for those guys. I remember when we had 4 preseason games, and the starters would typically play in that third one, and then nobody would play in the fourth one, except for the guys fighting for the job. It's kind of what it feels like tonight with this final preseason game. But there's a lot. Come
on, Joe. You're old enough to remember when they had 6 preseason games.
Well, I do remember that, but they only had 12 regular season games, I think, and 6 preseason games. I think I would hang myself, for goodness sake.
Well, I
have to sit through
you remember when they used leather helmets, and and after the game they had folded up and used it as their wallet. But let's be honest. When you look at tonight's game,
guys had to get real jobs after the season.
Exactly. Well, they did. They worked in the off season.
Exactly.
Down at the dealership or grocery store because they weren't making the money that they're making now. But it'll be interesting to see who makes the 53 because there are some real position battles that could be decided tonight. You kind of look at some and think, all right, well, by now the coaches have to know. But there could be some legit position battles that are in play. But I'm as poorly as Joe Milton played in the last game. How do you evaluate any of the wide receivers? I mean, just purely on their route running? Like, is that how you do it? I mean, they couldn't run the ball for squat. So how do you judge if the guy was a good blocker downfield in making the right decisions?
That's interesting, and I'm sure that's what they're doing. Did he run the right route? Was he open and Milton just missed him? Did he hit the spot he was supposed to hit? All of those kinds of things, I'm sure they're judged by that. I feel bad, and again, I remember it distinctly in last week's game. Milton missed a wide receiver so badly, the guy just sat there like, what the hell? What do I got to do, man? I'm fighting for a job, and you're throwing balls all over the place. So, hopefully Milton plays a little bit better tonight. I mean, and I think he has to. I mean, the Cowboys, again, invested in this guy, traded for him to get him over here. The guy seems to have all the tools, but he just cannot hit the broadside of a barn, and that's concerning.
Well, what I'm curious of is we knew that going in. We talked about that with what we saw at training camp. He's got a cannon. He has no idea where that ball is going to land. And everything is a fastball, although he did talk this week about, I don't really throw it that hard. Well, dude, you're in the NFL. You should be able to catch it, but you have to know what kind of touch goes on a football. And he's raw, and he's a developmental guy. There were some that thought, oh, man, Dak better watch out, which is just dumb, wishful thinking for the Dak haters out there.
Well, I mean, there was my wife even told me a story this morning about somebody that works for her that said Joe Milton was, going to take over for Dak. And from what I've seen, I don't think Joe Milton could take over for the MILF hunter. I mean, let's face it.
He's not this year. And anybody, and I don't care if this is somebody that's working at a bank, if that person who your wife was talking about just clearly hates Dak or does not know football. I mean, nobody with any kind of football IQ thought this year Dak Prescott's job was in jeopardy. Joe Milton's got 2 or 3 years to figure out, or the Cowboys have 2 or 3 years to figure out if Joe Milton can be that guy. He's the prime definition of a developmental quarterback.
So was Trey Lance.
Yep.
Same thing. And Trey Lance did not make it, although he's playing well for the Chargers right now.
Well, and again, let's go back. Trey Lance last year sucked in the preseason.
Yes.
For the Dallas Cowboys.
He did.
And he was making a lot of money as a first-round pick.
Mm-hmm.
The idea of the Cowboys keeping him, I don't know if they wanted to or not, but we also know Jerry Jones is cheap as hell, and knowing how much he's paying the starting quarterback, he's going to pay the backup quarterbacks as little as possible. So then it's a business decision on a minimum. Is Joe Milton a better value than Trey Lance because of dollars and age, years in service? Trey Lance has been around a lot of years. His veteran minimum is even higher, plus he's vested in the league now. Joe Milton's a second-year guy making peanuts.
I think Trey Lance, if I'm not mistaken, is making about $5 million this year. So he's not doing all that well, and he's lucky to have a job, and he's trying to make the most of it.
And I'd be surprised if Joe Milton is making $800,000. I'd have to look it up, but I'd be real surprised if he's making that.
I don't know where he was drafted.
6th round?
And obviously that's important. But, yeah, he may not be making much money. Look, again, he's got the tools. He's got a cannon for an arm, but, man, he's got to work on that accuracy. And I'm not sure that that's something you fix. It might take a while to fix that. Was it 6th round?
Yeah.
All right, 6th round. So whatever 6th rounders make, $800,000. I bet it's over a mil.
Yeah, it's $1.075 million.
Wow. We rounded up to 1.1 for goodness sake.
I mean,
holy cow!
His signing bonus was a whopping $183,000. $183,316. And that is his total guaranteed money.
Well, you know what? Joe Milton could get in the whatever it is, with the $100,000 per entry here at Circle Las Vegas.
If you can't say that word, you don't have the $100,000 to get in there.
Well, I don't have the $100,000.
That's a special club with their own language. Those that can just drop $100,000 in a contest.
Grandissimo.
In fact, Joe, you can enter twice. You can
Grandissimo.
To what?
That's what it's called, grandissimo. I needed the Italian punch. Grandissimo.
That was Italian?
That's Italian. That's my Italian, Rocky.
$100,000 to enter that one, huh?
21 people have entered that thing. $100,000 per entry, only 2 entries max. But the lone survivor gets $1.5 million.
Well, it's already up to 2.1.
Yeah, but there's other people that will win. But the good news about that, if you had the cash to do that, there's only 21 people.
You do.
I mean, you might win by week 5.
Dude, I mean, I've seen your wife gambling out here.
Yeah.
I think you can get both entries. She can get one. You can get one. And let's see how long it takes her to beat the football expert. Week 3? Week 4?
Yeah. Well, I like their colors.
You'd be out in a hurry.
Yeah.
Well, and again. That's how Brendan Accounting always wins the NCAA tournament bracket.
Exactly right, dude.
All of us mascot.
Let me study these
the
guys.
Coach was cute.
Let's study these guys, and then we lose. But he could do that. You can do that. And if you don't have $100,000 to throw in, you got $1,000 to throw in. You get into the Circa Survivor here or the Circa Million. Either way, you've got a couple of weeks to get in that thing before the season begins. That's why we're here, because it is the ultimate contest weekend here at Circa Las Vegas. And this is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Riding I-10 with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM, Floresville. and everywhere at sasportstar.com.
School's out, summer's in, and that vacation countdown is officially on. But what about your four-legged MVP? Bluebonnet Pumpkin Biscuit in Selma has your furry family member covered. Daycare, boarding, grooming, and training, they've got it all. They're built for your pet's health, happiness, and tail-wagging good times. If you're in the military, your teacher, or your first responder, they've got barking good exclusive discounts. So go ahead, book that trip, hit the beach, crush your summer plans. Bluebonnet Pumpkin Biscuit has your pet in good hands. Because home away from home isn't just for humans. Bluebonnet Pumpkin Biscuits in Selma.
Your fantasy draft is here. The Smack Talk is starting, and this season, ESPN Bet is giving you more ways to ride with your squad. Introducing ESPN Bet Fan Center, where you can instantly link and bet on your fantasy teams right in the ESPN Bet app. An enhanced sports betting experience only from ESPN Bet, the sports book for sports fans. Download the app today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed cracks in your drywall, chimney, or exterior walls? I hope not, because if you have, they could be indications that you've got a much bigger problem with your foundation. That's where Groundworks comes in. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to stabilize your foundation.
Schedule your free inspection at groundworks.com/row. Groundworks is the official foundation repair company of Texas Athletics. Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
That guy pulled out in front of me out of nowhere. The police are on their way, but I'm really shaken up.
Don't worry. We're going to get you taken care of. You made the right call.
I'm Jeff Davis. If you've been hurt in a car, truck, or 18-wheeler wreck, call Davis Law Firm at 444-4444. We're ready to help day or night, and there's no fee unless we win.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody. Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com.
My car never breaks down. Never breaks down. Never breaks down.
When it comes to auto breakdowns, everyone has them, even ludicrous.
If your car's out of warranty, your next breakdown could cost thousands. But if you've got Endurance, you can skip the bill and never pay out of pocket again. With Endurance, you pick the mechanic you trust to do the work. Plus, your rate stays the same no matter how many claims you file.
I've had 5 claims for over $12,000.
If your car is under 20 years old, Endurance has you covered with unlimited miles. Plus 24/7 roadside assistance anywhere in the country.
So, who's going to pay for your next breakdown? You or Endurance?
Right now, get $300 off any plan, plus a year of elite benefits, a $2,000 value free, all backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. For your free quote, call 800-291-0628, 800-291-0628, 800-291-0628.
San Antonio, stand up! Desi Martinez Promotions is bringing the San Antonio Summer Showdown, Saturday, August 23rd at the Bowling Center at Techport. 10 action-packed fights, stacked with rising stars and hometown favorites. Headlined by Justin Figueroa versus Jared Tennant for the Junior NABF Super Welterweight title. Doors at 5, first bell at 5:35. Tickets are moving fast. Grab yours today. Visit dmpboxing.com. dmpboxing.com.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, the Washington Commanders are making a trade. In fact, they're trading Brian Robinson Jr. to the San Francisco 49ers for a 2026 sixth-round pick. That's according to Adam Schefter. We got football tonight. The Cowboys finish off the preseason at home. They'll take on the Atlanta Falcons. You can catch that game right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It all begins right after the Blitz at 6 o'clock.
This Sports Center update brought to you by Twin Peaks.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
And it is Friday, and it's after 5 o'clock. And if you're getting off work at 5, congrats. The weekend is here. We've been living the weekend since Wednesday night here at Circa Las Vegas because that's where we are. Ultimate Contest Weekend is what's happening here. A lot of buzz around Circa Las Vegas. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. He is Jason Minix. And your wife's going to go ride a trolley, huh?
Yeah, well, I mean, sure.
Is that what she's doing? You going with her?
Hell no.
You get a nice bonnet and a basket or
bonnet?
something. I don't. What do you do with riding a trolley? For goodness' sake!
I think the idea was it would help her kill some time while we're working. And although she probably just needs to go take a nap. She's been out in the pool and drinking all that alcohol for all the free alcohol, and she probably just needs a nap.
Well, probably, but I don't know if the idea of riding a trolley is what the Minixes do. That's great.
No, that's not the Minixes, the Joanna. I mean, she likes doing stuff like that. I do not. There have been times where I've gotten in trouble because we had tickets for some show out in Vegas and I decided I didn't want to go. And most of the time I didn't decide or even know that we were getting said tickets to things. And I think Chris Angel was the last time I'm like, because that dude was awful. Awful. All that dude did was make our money disappear. That was awful. I ain't going to another show. Carrot Top. We did go see Carrot Top after we were out here, and that was fun, but Carrot Top hooked us up, so I didn't. But I'm
so even if it sucked, you would have been okay.
I mean, other than the time that it took. But no, I don't want to do that. We were out here one time, and this wasn't Joanna's idea, I think, but it would be right up her alley to abuse our time with something dumb. We went on the Old Vegas Sign Tour. Now, this was not her idea, although it could have been. And that might be the worst tour in Las Vegas. and it starts with the tour guide being mean, and they don't let you drink while you're doing this tour of all the old signs, and you're not on your own. So you're bored hearing her tell you for 15 minutes about this sign from what, and you can't walk ahead. They yell at you if you're walking ahead.
Wow.
And you again, there's no drinking. So we were all having a great time. And the party bus took us over there, and it was awful. It was awful.
Well,
it was awful.
Are you going to be able to drink on this trolley ride?
I'm not going on the trolley. I'm not going on the trolley.
I just think
I'm not going on the trolley.
I think you should go with your wife and make her happy.
I mean, that was this morning until the window washer guy showed up outside of our window. She's fine.
Yeah, she's fine. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, we heard about your adventure with the window washer. Oh, I don't know. Trolley rides. That's just not my thing either because I'm just not exactly sure what you do. I mean, especially if it's a trolley around downtown Vegas. Circa is the jewel that stands out. Everything else is.
Now, I will say, I mean, one time, I was gambling quite like your wife, and so we needed to get away, and we ended up at the Mob Museum. That was a lot of fun.
That was cool.
That was a lot of fun.
Can you drink in there?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that would be nice.
But I'm not getting on a trolley.
Now, I will say, the D is nice.
Yeah.
That's a fun place. and El Cortez.
El Cortez.
Love El Cortez.
Well, kind of all of them down here, they're all a little bit different. They're all different.
Not a huge fan of the Golden Nugget, I'll be honest with you.
Well, why do you hate the Golden
Well,
Nugget?
because it's the casino's skinny. I mean, it's the aisles are skinny, and it's like a lot of people, and you're like walking. I don't like that.
Are you claustrophobic?
Well, no, but I don't want to rub shoulders with people I
Glad
don't
you
know.
said shoulders.
Well, there are probably a few other things too. People touching my hiney.
Oh yeah, that's what they're doing. They're trying to grab your wallet, huh?
Yeah, that's what they're grabbing. It's like, oh, that's not a pillow.
What? What?
That's the only one. I'm not a big fan of that one, but I'll even like the Four Queens.
Yeah.
What else is down there?
Well, you got Golden Gate right here.
Yeah, Golden Gate.
Binions.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Look, I love Circa. The D's something about El Cortez, man, that just takes you back in time.
Dude, it took you all but one trip because you were kicking and screaming about having to go to the El Cortez.
True.
You didn't want to go. And I'm like, dude, we always go. It's great. And they've redone it. They I don't know what they did.
But it still looks like a dive.
No,
it does.
But a fixed up dive.
But that's good. I don't want it. You can't change that character.
No, you should. I mean, have you been in there this trip?
I have not.
There's a whole section that used to not be that now is.
Oh, really? So I haven't seen the upgrade.
Yeah.
Then. Okay.
And well, we went Wednesday night when we got in and walked all the way down there with Morgan and her sister, and it was kind of frustrating because half the tables were closed because it's Wednesday night. But I was like, her sister wanted to see the old coin slot machines. And they don't have as many. They're still there, but they're over in the corner.
Dude,
you'll find them because they're right by the men's room.
Well, and I'm glad that they have those old coin things. Dude, that's still my team marker, my ball marker for the green.
Yeah,
is an El Cortez $1 chip.
Well, it's cheaper to take $1 chip from a casino to use as your ball marker than to spend $4 for a ball marker at the pro shop.
That's exactly right.
It's the same thing.
It's same thing exactly. And but no, I like my El Cortez. I got that, and then the Paige, what's her name, Sporonic. She gave us a chip at the Super Bowl.
She did.
Yeah,
but you keep that one in your pocket.
No, it's in the. I don't use it. It's the El Cortez, man. That's the one that's lucky.
Oh, that's the lucky.
That's the lucky one.
That's the lucky one,
dude.
A lucky ball mark.
How many
says who?
Dude,
who has a lucky ball mark?
I do. Everybody does.
A lucky one, or you have one?
Well, it's lucky.
Why is it lucky?
Because I'll make the putt.
We've seen you golf.
I have not been, and knock on wood, I've not been to El Cortez and not taken some of their money.
This is true.
I always have good luck in El Cortez playing
like
blackjack.
Chuck Woolery's 2 for 2.
That's exactly right. Yeah. So there you go.
Now you've put that in the universe.
I know.
They're going to take all your money.
The ghosts
and your wife is going to make fun of you.
The ghosts of El Cortez are going to come back to haunt me. But no, I like that place. I really do. I like that place. So it's a lot of fun. I like this place a lot too. What is this place? Circle Las Vegas. That's where we are for the Ultimate Contest weekend. It's been a blast here. What I love about this place, Minix, is there's so many different go. I mean, you get lost in this place, I mean, it's so big, but it's just a cool place. It's hard to describe. If you've been here, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, you need to check.
So it's one of those, if you know things.
That's exactly right.
And if you don't know, you need to know.
You need to know exactly.
How do you get lost here? There's 2 levels of casino floors.
I don't get lost here, but I'm just saying you could.
You can give a tour at this point.
I could give a tour. You're exactly right. Dude, they got a victory burger over there that's really nice.
And their brisket fried rice might be the best in the world.
What's the name of that place?
8 East.
8 East. I was thinking it was 9 West. So. See, I'm lost already. I'm going the wrong direction.
Yeah. Directions are tougher, Joe.
Yes, they are tough. No question about it. We got NFL football tonight. That is nice. And I'm not sure what the line is on that, but I'll figure it out. I think the Cowboys are actually favored tonight. And I don't know how the fine folks here in Las Vegas figure that stuff out with when you don't know who the hell's playing. The Giants looked good last night, and I hope they enjoyed that because it's probably their last win for a while. it's just a fun place to be when you're talking about the football season and all of that. Plus the Ultimate Contest weekend. That's why we're here. Circa Las Vegas. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
And when you think about the preseason games happening tonight with the Cowboys, or you're waiting for the games on Saturday, or even college football tomorrow, make those games a lot more exciting. Football is back, and you know the best place to make your picks and win money all season long is with Underdog, and you can play in at Texas. Love playing the pick'em game at Underdog, where you pick, take your players, go higher or lower on stats like touchdowns, receiving yards, interceptions, rushing yards, that sort of thing. Get your picks right, and you could win up to 5,000 times your cash. That's right, 5,000 times your cash. You can win up to 5,000 times your cash, and you can play for as little as $1. So download the Underdog app, sign up with my promo code STAR to score $50 in bonus funds when you play your first $5. Again, promo code STAR. Millions of fans have won billions of dollars making picks on Underdog. Will you be next? Underdog, promo code STAR. Make picks, win money.
Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Friday night at 7. The Cowboys take on the Atlanta Falcons in their last preseason game at Jerry World. Pre-game at 6. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the Davis Law Firm, Hornitos Tequila, Connecticut, and Jim Beam. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
How about them Cowboys?
Circa Million and Circa Survivor are back with a massive $21 million in guaranteed prizes. Circa Million. Pick 5 games against the spread each week. 126 ways to win with $6 million guaranteed. Circa Survivor, 1 pick a week, no point spread. Last the longest to win it all. $15 million guaranteed. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere. $21 million guaranteed. Visit circasports.com for details.
Cue the countdown to Ulta's 21 Days of Beauty event starting August 29th. Keep an eye out every day for 50% off daily beauty steals from brands like Sacred and Peach & Lily. And score weekly beauty steals on faves like Smashbox and First Aid Beauty. Plus, say hello to just drop products from Dyson and Sol de Janeiro. Plan your trips now on Ulta.com to shop over 250 beauty steals at 50% off. While supplies last, conditions apply. Ulta Beauty. The possibilities are beautiful.
Hi, I'm Jason Thompson. I'm a personal injury attorney, and since 1994, I've been helping people and their families seriously injured or killed by negligent drivers. My website is alawyer4us.com. I use that phrase because I know that there's no way a regular San Antonian can possibly beat $1 billion insurance company alone. You will need an experienced attorney to stand up for you and get what you and your family deserve. This month, my father will retire after 50 years of practicing law, doing what he taught me to do, help people in need. Stand up for the people that cannot. Use the skills you have to help the people in your community win and where you can. When an insured driver seriously injures someone, $1 billion insurance company uses everything it can to pay as little as possible. Every insurance company you have heard of has a very large staff of attorneys already working against you. If you or a family member has been seriously injured because of a negligent driver, call me, Jason Thompson, as soon as you can after a collision. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400. Or check out my website, alawyer4us.com.
Connecticut water systems are the best of the best. I personally have one in my home. All those other water softener systems out there are junk in comparison.
For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink. $400 off with trade-in and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. Call Connecticut of San Antonio and the Hill Country. 210-656-PURE.
Check them out at ConnecticutSA.com and tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
License number 38961.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more
more online at tsaog.com.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-743-8080. That's 1-800-743-8080. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-743-8080. That's 1-800-743-8080.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at selectquote.com/commercials.
This is Andrew Monaco, and the Aggies play here. 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Yeah, I find it interesting. I go to profootballtalk.com, Jason, and the big headline, Micah Parsons is at AT&T Stadium to watch the Cowboys preseason game. Like, is that a big surprise to you?
It's not a surprise because he has shown up for everything that he needs to do, minus stepping on the field. So, but he was. John Machota tweeted a video of him. Looked like he might have been eating some nachos or a Frito pie or something like that, walking the locker room. He is there. And, I think it's more of a headline because he is a Dallas Cowboy, and the Cowboys are going to draw headlines. But he's been there. So this isn't a surprise.
No.
And it's not a surprise, too, that he would be there for his teammates. I truly believe Micah loves his teammates. He loves helping them, being around them. I mean, I'll go back to, when we were in Oxnard at Cowboys training camp, talking with Sam Williams about all the little things that Micah is doing to help everybody, even though he's going through this contract situation, the business side of football. And it is a business. And again, nobody wants to really look behind the kitchen door. Nobody wants to know how the sausage is made.
I don't.
But, the New York Giants, they played last night in a preseason game. And today they're letting people go. Why? It's a business. They're off the payroll immediately, off the insurance. If you're going to cut somebody, why wait till Tuesday? What if he turns an ankle on Monday? All right, you're done. We got through the preseason. You're a warm body that helped us do that. Get out. Yeah. And then the other part of that, too, there's a chance that maybe another team might want to take a flyer on them. It does give those guys that played last night a little bit of a head start on the cuts. I wouldn't be surprised if tomorrow afternoon you start hearing about cuts that are made from the Cowboys or the Falcons who they play tonight, or quite frankly, some of the other teams that are in action. What do we have, 5 games tonight?
Yeah, I think 5 games. The Steelers, too, they cut 11, including guy you're familiar with, Logan Woodside.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for Logan. I saw him post on social media, but I think he knew in Pittsburgh, Aaron Rodgers was not going to play at all in the preseason, but he had a chance to go out there and put out some good tape. And the question for Logan is, does somebody else pick him up? But he's one of those career backup type quarterbacks. And at this point, is a team better off going with somebody that's going to be younger? But he's vested, so he's set there. He's good, but will he get another opportunity? That's the one thing for Logan, is he really hasn't had an opportunity to get some live game reps. He's either been practice squad or the third string guy, and whether it was in Tennessee or Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, he knew. I'm going to say he knew. I think we all knew. I haven't talked to him about this, but he went there as a training camp body and knew it. And quite frankly, that was his opportunity. It's not like he had a lot of options. So, go learn from Aaron Rodgers.
Sure. Well, I hope he doesn't learn some things from Aaron Rodgers, like that to be a donkey.
Yeah, Logan's a good dude.
Yeah, he is a good dude. Look, when he played in Tennessee and got his opportunity, he played well. I mean, I think he's a serviceable backup. But you're seeing all these teams starting to do the same thing. The Patriots announced 14 cuts, according to ProFootballTalk.com. So just about everybody that played last night. And again, I think you're absolutely right. You'll hear the Cowboys starting to make cuts tomorrow. The Texans then on Sunday, perhaps, or even late Saturday night, because they play at noon on Saturday. So, you might as well get this over with, and why wait until Tuesday? You look, there are a handful, and you say the Patriots with 14 players cut today, they knew damn good and well that they were going to do that immediately because those players, well, they just were bodies.
Yeah, Eagles, Jets play tonight, so they'll have cuts tomorrow. Vikings, Titans play tonight, they'll have cuts tomorrow. Same with the Chiefs and the Bears, Cowboys and Eagles. So 4 games tonight, not 5. And again, you'll like the Texans tomorrow afternoon against Detroit. Then you'll start seeing cuts. And the other thing that it might be an advantage to some when you start cutting early, they'll clear and you can sign them to the practice squad because, if you're cutting players today and say the Texans, maybe they want a player that got cut today, but they would either have to make a move or wait because, if you're trying to hide them or sign them to your practice squad or try to keep them and bring them back, the other teams don't have the roster rooms right now. So it is a bit of an advantage to play early, plus you get that extra rest for the regular season opener. That's where I was a little surprised from a math scheduling type thing that both the Eagles and the Cowboys, they're playing tonight. I really thought they would have preseason games on Thursday night so that they would have 2 full weeks before their first regular season game, since those are the 2 teams that play on September 4th. I'm surprised they didn't play last night. They'll have less than 2 full weeks to get ready for that first game, where everybody else essentially does get 2 full weeks.
I think they'll be fine.
They'll be fine.
They'll be fine.
But, if you're the Cowboys and trying to make sure Micah Parsons gets some practice time in, every little bit helps, which is why I don't know if this Jerry Jones blitz that he's been on, this media blitz. Now, granted, a lot of it has been promoting Netflix, but even in trying to promote Netflix, it's become the Micah Parsons story. And I don't know if that was intended for Jerry Jones, because it is the Cowboys and their popularity, and popularity could be you love them or you hate them, but you're talking about them. Jerry Jones, I think, would be on this same media blitz, but instead of talking about the glory days of the Cowboys and people asking about, different parts of the Netflix series that you watched that you wanted to ask him about, it's about Micah Parsons.
Well, of course it is.
Yeah, but
it's a huge story.
But again, though, for Jerry, who is so media savvy, and for those that were under the impression, which I think is foolish because it is the Cowboys and they are kings of content, Jerry isn't doing this to try to generate buzz for the Netflix. And in some ways, this is stealing a little bit of the buzz from the Netflix, because people are mad at Jerry Jones right now because Micah Parsons isn't under contract.
Well, look, I'm going to steal a line from you. I don't care how mad they are about Jerry Jones doing whatever Micah Parsons. People are watching that thing.
Yeah.
I mean, the ratings for that, from what I've seen, are huge. People are watching it. I've enjoyed watching it, just kind of reliving those. And you talk about, the sausage is made. You see that. And the respect that I look at it just the opposite. The respect that I have for Jerry Jones just doing what he did, and his family was even. I love hearing from Charlotte and even Steven. How they didn't know what was going on or how this was going to affect their lives, and Jerry admitted that he mortgaged his family's future to get this done. And I just think what a gamble that was, but he made it work, and now obviously that investment is paid off big time. But it's just I love watching that Netflix series, and I can't wait to watch the rest of it. But because just behind the scenes stuff to me is just fascinating, and how some of that stuff and I want to find an outfit like Emmitt Smith had on.
Why do you lie?
I am lying.
I mean, if you were going to take an outfit from the Netflix that you would like to see again, it would be what Troy Aikman was wearing on the sidelines when he was hurt.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man,
the blue jean,
the blue jeans and the blue jean jacket, the all denim look. I mean, that had 90s. I'm guessing he probably had on either what was it, Stetson or the polo cologne that he was probably wearing.
Probably so.
Maybe even a Z Cavarici t-shirt.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, just Troy Aikman and how he grew up. I didn't know a lot of that stuff, that his father was a real ass and real strict kind of guy. But I mean, just all of that stuff I think is fascinating to me, and I'm hooked on it, and I can't wait to see the rest of it.
Well, and again, you look at it and you sit there and you go, all right, and I'm a knucklehead. I know it. I don't know that I will do this because we're getting in to football season, but I watched 2 episodes on the plane out here, and I've got 2 episodes left, so probably going to watch those on the flight home Sunday night. But now I'm thinking, because it is so good, I really kind of want to watch that on the big screen TV with the surround sound. Now granted, on the flight out here, there are so many damn screaming kids.
Oh my goodness.
Trying
we were right in the middle of
trying to tune that out, which I don't understand people that bring their kids to Las Vegas, especially babies.
I don't get it either.
I mean, like you got to be in a stroller. I mean, how does that conversation go? Okay, honey, you stay in the room. I'm going to go gamble. I'll switch up in an hour.
Oh
wink,
my gosh. That's a nightmare. Okay. That's what that is. That is a nightmare. I've heard though that, I don't know if the resorts offer them or if it's just a service that you can hire a nanny.
What?
Yes, you can hire a nanny to actually stay in the room with your kids. But I mean, look, and maybe these with the small babies, there's just nobody to watch them. But go somewhere else, man. That's what I love about Circa Las Vegas too. Is it's 21 and up. You got to be 21 or up, and they card you coming in the door.
Yep.
Even an old dude like me, I got to show
time.
my driver's license.
It's funny because then once you're in, you don't have to pull out your ID.
No.
And I remember asking when we first started doing this partnership that we have with Circa Las Vegas, why don't we get like a wristband that shows that you're staying here? And because the possibility is that somebody could make one similar or and just the cost of it, the thousands of people that are coming in, just pay a dude to check your door because their version of TABC wants to make sure.
Yeah, no doubt. But again, that's what makes it another thing. I think it's the only one in Vegas. It's like that. Now there could be others. I'm not sure, but most other places I've stayed, there are kids running around all over the place.
Well, you almost got taken out at Bellagio one time.
I did.
Didn't you?
A bunch of kids riding one of those electric scooters like you see in the grocery store. And the dude, I'm just standing there. We had just checked in. I'm just standing there, and I go, and bam. And I'm like, it was like, and these kids are there, and they didn't say anything. How they couldn't have been? They were 10 and under, I'm sure.
You should have fallen and gotten a suite.
I should have fallen and owned that place.
Well, not owned it, but gotten a suite.
Well, it's unfortunate sometimes to be as strong as I am, Jason.
Well, is that
where
what
even a cart can't knock me over? I mean,
really?
Yeah. I mean, obviously that's the case, and so had I been a lesser man, then that might have been a problem.
Oh yeah,
yeah, it might have been.
Oh, it's huge. I see on our YouTube channel, Justin Guerrero says he just won $1,000 in playing dice, and he's going to use that to get signed up for the contest here at Circa, which is awesome. Now, it doesn't say if he's going to do Circa Million or Circa Survivor. It is $1,000 an entry. And I did Circa Million last year, doing Circa Million this year. And, yes, gave him my $1,000 Thursday morning. Got my cool hat that you get when you sign up for that. It's a $1,000 hat. But it's fun to play. It really is, with a chance at winning millions of dollars.
Yeah, it is fun. And look, you're going to be doing that anyway, right? I mean, you're checking the lines, you're picking your favorites and all of that. So yeah, it's a fun contest. And what they've done here is fantastic. And the even better than that, what they do for the winners. I mean, look, they're already giving them, millions of dollars.
Not giving, they won.
Well, they won millions of dollars. But again, so it's like winning the lottery in a way. But then you come out here and you're treated like a king with the jacket and the suite and the flight out here and all of that Circa takes care of. Derek Stevens, and we got to talk to him yesterday.
At the bar.
Yeah, of course. That guy, for a billionaire, I mean, if you saw Derek Stevens on the street, there's no way you would think that dude owns, I don't know how many casinos he owns all over the country, but quite a few.
They just opened up one Thursday, 2 days ago, or Wednesday, rather. Was it Wednesday or Thursday? In Kentucky, right on the Tennessee border. It is a duplicate of Circa Las Vegas. It's about 2/3 the size, but the sports book, everything is modeled after what you have here. And man, when Texas gets on board, they were just able to get a license, I believe, in Illinois. There were two,
Missouri.
Missouri. There were two available. Everybody competing, and Circa was able to get one of them. And part of it is the way they do business and do business right.
And you talk about a visionary. We give Jerry Jones all the respect. Yeah, throw Derek Stevens in there too. Just the way he did this and his vision for this place is just amazing. And there's nothing like it that I've ever seen, especially Stadium Swim, where you can go out there and watch sports, drink, gamble. You can do everything outside in your swimsuit, and it's an amazing place.
The idea of how Circa, you talk about vision. The research that went into it, and imagine the research. They went to every resort around here and resorts in other places and took notes on everything they didn't like. For example, all the great pool parties that they have in Las Vegas, most of them you can't watch a game.
No, you can't.
Most of the bigger sports books have been condensed and either eliminated or they're really small.
Yep.
They created the world's largest sports book here. So they went to all the different resorts, and what did they like about them, what they didn't like about them, and let's create our own. And you think about the businessman that Derek Stevens is and having a vision. The idea of, our buddy Chip Ingram, who owns the Roo Pub and Angry Elephant and Big Blind and several others that soon are about to get open. I've known Chip for a long time, and he was out here on one of these trips, and Chip has had Troy Aikman in his bar when he was promoting 8 Beer and other celebrities and all this. Chip doesn't really give a damn about taking pictures with anybody, but he was like, need a picture with Derek. I know what it's like to run great bars like the Roo Pub. I can't imagine having this vision. And, Roo Pub started as a vision and, what you're able to do with it. And, Chip, he wanted a picture with Derek.
Absolutely.
The business side of things. And, you listen to this show enough, we love Circa. The Roo Pub is our go-to spot. No better place to go watch any big game, any big event than the Roo Pub there at 281 and Redland Road. Cowboys playing tonight, Texans tomorrow, college football kicks off, real games tomorrow. You need a place to go watch UIW. Get into the Roo Pub there at 281 and Redland Road with those 3 massive 170-inch screens, TVs all around. No better place to go watch any big game, any big fight than the Roo Pub. And when you go hungry. The food, incredible. Love the fried shrimp there. They've got the biggest and best wings in town. About 15 different burgers on the menu. The chicken sandwich is outstanding. Their hot dogs, their salads, I'm told, are great. Their appetizers. No better place than the Roo Pub there at 281 in Redland Road. And that kitchen is open late every day with the full menu available. So when you need a late night meal, don't go to a drive-thru. Get into the Roo Pub at 281 and Redland Road. Happy hour weekdays from 11 to 6. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. The Roo Pub, just down from the Big Blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Golf Classic is back, baby. Get the crew together. Guys, gals, the whole gang. And join us Monday, September 29th at Olympia Hills Golf Club for a laid-back day full of swings, laughs, and little friendly trash talk. It's just $120 per player or $400 for a foursome. A steal for a day on a beautiful course with your buddies. Proceeds benefit the Community Foundation of the Hill Country. But don't worry, this isn't a stuffy tournament. No blazers, no pressure, just cold drinks, good vibes, and unforgettable memories. Presented by the Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, and sponsored by Flight by Yingling and PPL Motorhomes. Then, once you've conquered the course, we'll keep the party rolling at the Break Room Bar off Pat Booker Road, where the drinks are cold, the food is hot, and the stories are even better. Get ready to tee off on the best Monday you'll have all year. Grab your spot now at sasportstar.com.
Awesome Tickets is your personal ticket broker. Big games, big concerts, big events. Need tickets? Stay local and call Awesome Tickets. Stop paying all those crazy fees on ticket apps. Awesome Tickets has your tickets for all the sports, concerts, any city, any event. Avoid the ticket app fees. Since 1994, Awesome Tickets is local and veteran-owned. You deserve Awesome Tickets. Call 210-226-5136 or online at awesometix.com. That's awesometix.com.
Hi, everybody. Joe Reinagle here for the Golf Club of Texas. I absolutely love the Golf Club of Texas. They've made so many improvements to the golf course, from brand new cart paths to resodding the greens and fairways. You might think it's a private club, but it's not. It's open to the public 7 days a week. Best rates are always online at golfclubtexas.com. That's golfclubtexas.com. The Golf Club of Texas, you know where it is, right there off Briggs Ranch Road off Highway 90. The Golf Club of Texas is the friendliest golf course in Texas.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack. See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Vacation mode? Check! Don't forget your furry friend. Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit in Selma offers daycare, boarding, grooming, and more. Discounts for military, teachers, and first responders. Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit, where pets play, stay, and feel at home.
Listen up, San Antonio. At University of Maryland Global Campus, you can get college credit for the stripes you've earned. Turn your military rank into college credit to save time and money on an online degree. Eligible enlisted service members and previously enlisted veterans may receive up to 12 credits for select undergraduate courses based on their rank, and up to 90 credits in total for prior learning, military experience, and training. Classes start soon. Learn more at umgc.edu/SATX.
Imagine if today was the day your idea changed someone's life. Imagine if you could help someone pay for college, help your community build a new playground, or help a child make it to that dream competition. With GoFundMe, it's all possible. GoFundMe is the world's #1 fundraising platform trusted by over 200 million people. Every week, ordinary people meet their goals and do extraordinary things. Your ideas matter. GoFundMe isn't just for emergencies. Want to raise money for your kid's soccer team or raise funds for a small business, a creative project, or event? GoFundMe helps you turn ideas into reality. And help adds up. Fundraisers you start for someone else raise up to 5 times more. So think right now, who could use your help? Change rarely comes from waiting. It comes from someone deciding, today I'll start. Don't wait for someone else to bring change. Today, start your fundraiser in just minutes at GoFundMe.com/power. That's GoFundMe.com/power to start your fundraiser. GoFundMe.com/POWER. This is a commercial message brought to you by GoFundMe.
You still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Since 1993, Thomas J. Henry dedicated himself to building a firm that injured clients can trust and respect. A firm backed by a track record of success and a commitment to our clients. If you've been injured, trust Thomas J. Henry. San Antonio, Texas.
Back at Circa Las Vegas for their ultimate contest weekend. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. So happy you're spending some time with us on this wonderful Friday afternoon.
Ooh, football on tonight.
Football on in little less than, our coverage starts here on 94.1 in little less than about 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, and next week, next Thursday night, Citizen Soldier, along with 10 Years and Adelita's Way, they're going to be playing Aztec Theater. It's going to be a great show. We got a pair of tickets. Let's give them to caller number 11 right now, 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Caller 11, you're going to go see Citizen Soldier at the Aztec Theater. If you don't win them, buy them at livenation.com.
There you go. Enjoy that show, whoever wins those things. And I'm sure we'll be giving more of those away. That's you say it's going to be a good show.
It's going to be a good show. I mean, I know we're next Thursday live at the Rupa, but I want to go to that show and go early. Adelita's Way is solid band. One of the openers there, their lead singer used to be a baseball player. He lives out in Phoenix. They're really good friends with our boys from Kingdom Collapse.
Oh, nice.
And have toured with them. So, if you like good rock and roll, you're going to like what's happening Thursday night at the Aztec.
Well, good luck to you, whoever wins those tickets. Congratulations, and enjoy that show. I'm going to enjoy the show tonight, Jason. The Cowboys playing the Atlanta Falcons. See what's going to happen, and who's going to play quarterback for the Falcons, because I don't think Penix or Kirk Cousins will play quarterback, so I'm not sure who their third is.
And you wonder why the Cowboys are favored, and that might be. But there are some things to watch for in tonight's game, and one of them is I want to see Jaden Blue in in game action. Going back to when we were in Oxnard, end of July, beginning of August, and pads were on. Jaden Blue was running extremely well. And there were times where I couldn't tell which running back was in the lead. Was it Blue? Was it Williams? Was it Miles Sanders? Because all three ran extremely well, plus Phil Maffa. And Joe's favorite, Deuce Vaughn, he was dealing with a little bit of an injury, so we didn't really get to see Deuce do anything, which, okay. But Javonte Williams Tay is nickname because Shoddy's all about nicknames.
Yes, he is.
He seems like he's going to be RB1. And it does appear the Cowboys do not want to go running back by committee in the traditional sense of what that means. They'll all get touches, but even Miles Sanders, when he was on the show with us, I asked him that, and he was like, "Yeah, no." Like, "Oh, we're keeping that part secret." Like he caught himself.
Yeah.
But honestly, Miles Sanders hasn't run the ball extremely well in the first two preseason games, which is a little concerning. Which is also why. Now, granted, I think he and/or Williams, when they both signed, kind of like Dalvin Cook, older players dealing with stuff. Williams' injury. Miles Sanders was great in Philadelphia, then didn't do anything in his 2 years with Carolina. I think he's 27, 28 now.
Yeah.
So running backs, man, they've got generally speaking, a short lifespan. You wonder, right? So could he be a cut this weekend when the Cowboys start trimming the roster? Because how many running backs are they really going to keep?
I think you're going to a lot of surprises. I think Miles Sanders could be one of them. Mozzie Smith could very well be one of them. I don't know depth-wise. They may keep him. I don't know. But Jay Toya certainly made a name for himself around there. And do me a favor, will you? Dalvin Cook is banned from this show.
Oh, no.
The name Dalvin Cook should never be spoken on this show ever again.
No, in fact, Edwin, your job this weekend is find us a Dalvin Cook bobblehead. I don't even care from what team, because I don't think they made one for him in Dallas. But, I mean, that guy deserves a spot on the shelf instead of that stupid-ass cat that the Morning Cuddle guys have, because Ryan Eagle last year made a beer bet that Dalvin Cook would have over 1,000 yards.
Well, I honestly did not realize that Dalvin Cook was cooked. Literally, and didn't do anything. I don't even know why the Cowboys brought him in, number one. And number two, the guy never saw the field. I mean, it was bad.
Well, and again, I understand why they brought him in. But he couldn't get on the field, which tells you a lot. So, and you wonder, that, and I think that's why there was so much when they brought in two veteran guys, were they both going to make it, and who were they going to draft? You look at the drafting of Jaden Blue. And even earlier this week, I mean, Brian Robinson on the trade block, would he be better than everybody in the Cowboys running back room right now? Maybe, although a trade within the NFC East would be interesting, although could happen, does happen. But he ends up getting traded to San Francisco because Washington, they love that rookie that they picked up.
They really do. And there were some squabbles there with Robinson and the Commanders, but I think it was a good move for San Francisco because, I mean, they're talking all the right things. They've got a disaster in their wide receiver room right now, but Christian McCaffrey, you just don't know about this guy and his health problems. And he's injured quite a bit. When he's on the field, he's electric. He's spectacular. But he hasn't seen the field a lot. And I think the 49ers realized they needed an insurance policy and a way to maybe take some of that load off of McCaffrey moving forward.
And a good move for San Francisco. And I am curious, while it is cut down day, will there be any trades this weekend involving the Dallas Cowboys? Now, I say that I'm not talking about Micah Parsons. I am not talking about Micah Parsons. But I'm curious to watch the transaction wire because the Cowboys are thin in the secondary, at least right now, because of injuries. Now, when all those dudes get healthy, it might be pretty good. But is that going to be by September 4th? Probably not. Is it going to be like a Diggs? Will he be ready at some point in September? Does he start on the PUP list, which means he would have to miss the first 4 games? So could the Cowboys make a move to either trade for a corner or when somebody gets released, do they pick somebody up? You could say the same thing about defensive line because Mozzie Smith, I know his contract and is a first-round pick, but that dude – it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter. And you get the idea listening to Eberflus, and to a degree Shoddy, but more Eberflus. He doesn't give a damn where you were picked. He gives a damn about production. And I would not be surprised when we get the official Game 1 depth chart that the 7th-round pick, Jay Toya, is the starter there in place of Mozzie Smith, if Mozzie Smith is still on the team.
I wouldn't be surprised at that either, Jason. I really wouldn't. And I want to watch Joe Milton tonight. And if he has another poor performance, do the Cowboys look to bring somebody else in there? Because, look, if that goes down, you figure you're done anyway. But still, if Milton underperforms again tonight, do you bring somebody in that you feel like you have an opportunity if Dak goes down for 3 or 4 games that somebody can keep that boat afloat until he gets back? I'm not sure Joe Milton or Will Grier right now, either one could do that.
I would put more money on Will Grier. And I say that they're not going to give up on Joe Milton. He's a developmental quarterback. But is he ready to be placed QB2? Is he really just one snap away from being QB1? I don't know, but I would be honestly surprised if the Cowboys did bring in another quarterback because, well, Jerry Jones is cheap in that situation. And if there's one thing I've learned from Jerry Jones is he's got budgets for each, like every team. And you got a starter making all the money, so you got to go cheap on the backup. And there were times when he did spend big money on backup quarterbacks like the Kyle Ortons and the Brad Johnsons. And you know what that showed? It didn't matter. So you spent money on a good insurance policy that turned out not to work. So Jerry's philosophy, we're screwed either way. Can this guy get it done? I would be surprised if the Cowboys brought in another quarterback because you look around, you look at Buffalo, who's going to end up being the backup to Josh Allen? Will one of those guys become available? Is Jameis Winston tradable? I mean, because they got Russell Wilson and they got Jackson Dart. What's going to happen with Jameis Winston? You got 48 different quarterbacks in Cleveland. None of them are worth a damn, but one of those is likely to become available. So I would be surprised if the Cowboys brought in another quarterback.
It's going to be interesting to see, but it's going to be. Look, Joe Milton's got to play better tonight. I mean, and again, I don't think I'm with you. I don't think it's a make or break, regardless of what he does tonight. But I just think, just to see Can you develop this guy? Can he shake off the slumps? Can he get more accurate? Can he not panic? Because he did, quite frankly, in game 2. A couple of times that were very noticeable. This guy's got to play better, and the Cowboys are counting on it. They already blew one with Trey Lance. Didn't work out. They certainly don't want to do it again with Joe Milton. And when you look at those two guys, I mean, honestly, they're very much the same guy, although I would give the edge arm strength to Milton.
Well, I mean, Milton's got a cannon, but kind of like we talked about, like with Anthony Richardson, hasn't played enough football.
Yeah.
And you say that at Tennessee, I mean, UTSA fans don't remember his throwing. They remember his running.
Exactly.
But he doesn't have all those games. And wasn't it Schottenheimer that says 25 games is kind of the magic number?
Yeah.
And he doesn't have that at this high level. But you look at the regular season finale last year with New England, he did play well.
He did.
He's got the tools. Can he hone it? Can he refine it? And you can learn accuracy. We've talked to enough quarterback gurus. Yes, you could teach that. He can dial that in, like you working on your golf swing. He can dial that in. And can he develop? And he's got a couple of years, or at least it appears he has the opportunity that he's got a couple of years for the Cowboys to make the decision. Can he be the Dak Prescott replacement when Dak's contract is over? Not anytime soon, not this year. Don't misquote me. But at some point in the next 3 years, they will know either he's the guy or they need to go bring in somebody else.
Well, I tell you what, if I'm Jerry, I'm still looking around. I wouldn't put all my marbles in that bag just yet. He's got to show me something, that's for sure. I tell you what, man, it goes by fast, Jason. It really does. Circa Las Vegas, it's been a great couple of days doing the Blitz. Appreciate everybody joining us here and following along on our adventure here at Circa Las Vegas. Again, the Ultimate Contest weekend is going to go on for another couple of weeks. So if you're planning a trip out here to Vegas, you should be staying at Circa Las Vegas because it's a great place to stay. They're going to treat you right. But make your way over here if you're not and get involved in the Ultimate Contest weekend.
Circa Million, Circa Survivor. You have until 2 o'clock Vegas time on September 6th to get signed up for these contests. You have to register in Nevada, but you can play from anywhere using a proxy. And my guy Tom is fantastic at that. So
he's good, huh?
Yeah,
well, you lost your butt last year.
Yeah,
he mightn't be that good.
Well, he's not an advisor. He just.
Well, maybe you should hire an advisor, Minix. That might help you out.
Cowboys, Falcons coming up after the Blitz, brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds, Hornitos Tequila, Connecticut, Jim Beam, and the Davis Law Firm.
And don't forget, we'll be back on Monday to relive all the tales from Circa Las Vegas. The fellas in the morning will get you started at 6. We'll be back Monday at 2. Have a great weekend.
Riding home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney and have been representing people injured in auto and commercial truck collisions